Baseball is back. I repeat, baseball is back. Welcome to Brazos Stadium on a cool February night here in Phoenix, Arizona for the opener of the college baseball season. Lopes taking on number 22, Oklahoma State to start the season here in a 3-game series between the Oklahoma State and GCU. I'm Fletcher Like alongside Alex Larson for the opener of the series and the season. We'll get things underway here very shortly. On the mound for the Lopes to start things off is Jake Wong. Recorded a 4.28 ERA last year with a 2-3 record in 54 2/3 innings pitched. He had 6 starts last year and gets the first start of the season here for the Lopes. Running down the lineup for the visiting Oklahoma State Pokies, Garrett McCain will lead off and play in left field. Batting second is Ryan Sluter. He'll play in center. Third batter, Garrett Benj, is at third base. John Little is in right field, hitting cleanup. Playing third base in the 5 spot is Dustin Williams. Colin Simpson will play DH in the 6 spot. Number 7 is Andrew Rosa playing second base, wearing number 2. Travis Wacker will be doing the duties behind the plate for Oklahoma State. And Jacob Chappelle will play shortstop in the 9 hole. The first pitch of the 2017 season is underway. It's going to be a called strike on the outside part of the plate to Garrett McCain. Defensively for the Lopes, behind the plate is Griffin Barnes, a redshirt sophomore out of Anaheim, California. At first base, on a swing and miss, making the count 0-2 there. Jake Wong getting Garrett McCain swinging. First base, Ian Evans, a transfer from Gateway College. Second base, Tyler Wyatt out of Peoria, Arizona. At shortstop is Austin Bull, and at third base, Zach Malice. Strike 3 called upstairs, but got him. First strikeout of the season there for Jake Wong and the Lopes.
What a way to start it for Lopes fans, Lopes baseball fans. 19 of the 20 last openers have been home openers. Starting this one with a ring up against a solid Cowboy team that lost in the College World Series to the eventual runner-ups, U of A Wildcats.
Absolutely. Ryan Sluter will step into the batter's box for Oklahoma State. He's going to look at a pitch down in the dirt. Sluter hit 197 last year with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. He was named the second team Big 12 in 2015. Across the outfield, getting the first start as a freshman, Kona Quiggle. In center field, Preston Pavlica wearing number 42 today. He's a sophomore out of Las Vegas. And then the preseason WAC Player of the Year, Garrison Schwartz, will get the start in right. 2-0, 1 out, shows bunt, pulls it back, being called strike on the outer part of the plate there to Sluter. Sluter, a senior out of Amarillo, Texas, is getting the start today in center field for Oklahoma State.
Plenty of chances last time out there, last season. Only batting 197, however. The starting lineup here tonight. And for the series, we'll look to start the season off better. 47 strikeouts as well. We need to see more patience from him at the plate.
3-1 count, 1 out in the inning, nobody on. 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4, and Ryan Sluter is aboard on first base here for Oklahoma State to start things off in the first inning. Jake Wong is going to go up against a starter who doesn't lose a lot, and that's Tyler Buffett, 9-3 record, 2.81 ERA for Oklahoma State. A big returner for the visitors here.
Buffett, a preseason All-American, is the reason why he was selected by the Astros. 9-3 campaign with a 2.81 ERA.
First pitch to the new batter is fouled back. The new batter is Garrett Benj, playing third base here for Oklahoma State. Wearing number 7. GCU in all white Unity State, purple letters, GCU across the front, and purple numbers on the back. Oklahoma State in those gray visiting jerseys with orange numbers and orange letters. The 0-1 pitch, runner on first, takes a look back. Jake Wong delivers, swung on and missed. 0-2 count now with 1 out and runner on first base for the Lopes.
Well, Wong's not a guy that's going to overpower you. He was used mostly in relief in 2016. Was named the WAC's number 3 draft prospect.
A lot of potential pickoff play at first base, gets away from Ian Evans, but Sluder's going to decide to stay at first base on that one.
Yeah, it was 18 appearances, only 6 were started, the first one being against UNLV. The Lopes were able to squeak out a win. Wong pitched in 5 innings, 1 earned run. He'll get definitely a greater chance and an opportunity to start and be in the starting rotation this season.
Jake Wong getting the first start here this afternoon, this evening, here in the season opener for the Lopes. Runner first, 0-2 count, 1 out. Double play depth in the middle of the infield. The 0-2 pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Lopes going to start, most likely the probable starters, Jake Wong starting tonight, and then Deegan Hart, is a transfer from Yavapai Community College, and then Jake Repovich, who started the season phenomenally last year, had the best ERA in the conference and on the team, will get the start on Monday as the Saturday game has been postponed.
Yeah, Deegan Hart winning that championship with the Yavapai Community College there, saying up to date, that's his most memorable moment in sports. Hoping to make some more memorable moments, even more so, of course, here at Grand Canyon.
Deegan Hart winning that second day starter job, that Saturday job in the fall, impressing the coaching staff and getting that starting spot. Benj steps out. He's got a 1-2 count with 1 out and a runner on first base. Runner takes off. The throw from Barnes is not in time. It took a hop, and the runner's going to be safe. Ryan Sluder gets in there with a stolen base. So it's a 2-2 count now after that pitch missed. And now there's a runner on second base with 1 out. So double play has been erased there.
That throw by Barnes didn't seem terrible. In good position, it just bounced there. So that couple extra milliseconds, huge difference.
Two-two count in a packed Brazos Stadium here to open the season. The pitch from Wong swung on, chopped down the first baseline, just foul.
Just foul is right. That one barely missing extra bases.
Beautiful Brazos Stadium here on this cool night here in February. Packed stadium here the last year of the current situation in the current stadium before Brazos Stadium gets a nice makeover.
And the Lopes can compete in postseason play. A lot to look forward to next season.
2-2 count. It's going to spin and turn. Austin Bull can't control it. Sluder looked like he was going to get in there safely anyways. Garrett Benj with a 2-2 count and 1 out. He's got a runner on second base, so there's a runner in scoring position for Oklahoma State here. Garrett Benj playing third base tonight. Hitting .292 last year with 4 home runs and 40 RBIs. And this is a spot Josh Holliday and his Oklahoma State Hokies want.
Yeah, Benj was able to get extra bases, a couple doubles.
Fly ball to center field is catchable. It's caught. The tag from Sluder and gets into third base, sliding in there, but does get the out, Jake Wong. So he's got 2 outs now on that fly out to center that advanced the runner.
Dangerous batter. There's 16 doubles. Obviously the 40 RBIs. Deep fly ball, and fortunately he didn't get all of that one.
It is a very difficult thing to get a ball out of here to center field. 380 to left center, 375 to right center, and a 25 to 30 foot wall hugging 5/6 of the field. First pitch to the new batter, number 13, John Little, is fouled out of play to the right side and over the top of the backstop. Runner on third base, no hits, no errors, no runs. 0-0 ball game here in the top of the first between GCU and Oklahoma State. Little playing in right field tonight. Hit .258 last year with 2 home runs. The 0-1 pitch is low for ball number 1. 23 RBIs, and he went 11 for 29 in the NCAA World Tournament last year. hitting .379, an absurd number, facing the best competition in this.
Yeah, you talk about production when you really need it. It's an absurd batting average.
He's hitting the 4 spot tonight. Gets a called strike low in the zone, and it's going to make the count 1-2 here with 2 outs. John Little, 11 hits in the 2016 NCAA tournament. Really good performance there. Just unfortunate the team couldn't get over the hump to get to the final series, best of 3 against either University of Arizona or Coastal Carolina, losing to Arizona. Strike 3 called, low in the zone, 2 backwards Ks for Jake Wong here in the first. 1 runner left on base, no runs, no hits, no errors. And the Lopes get out of the first. Score is tied 0-0 here on GCU TV. And you can see 2 gentlemen of Verona in Ethington Theater like never before. This classic Shakespearean comedy has been infused with some wizardly world of Harry Potter and closes this weekend. You won't want to miss it, full of Harry Potter references. This will be a show you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at Ethington box office or email ethington@gcu.edu.
What a starting top half of the inning for Jake Wong. Packed house here. Of course, a great team in this Oklahoma State Cowboys squad. So you don't want to assume that there's pressure, but of course, it's got to be on Wong's mind a little bit, and to go out there and, of course, not give up any hits. Only that walk is the mistake, and the 2 backwards Ks, of course, called strikeouts looking. Wong's going to want to keep that up.
He's been in complete command of the strike zone thus far, except for that walk where he got behind 2-0 to start, and that's when things went awry for him. So when he gets ahead, we've seen him get ahead twice now. He's gotten ahead, he's gotten those strikeouts, and that's something to look forward to the rest of the way here in the opener. Tyler Buffett on the mound to start things off for Oklahoma State, the best returning player on staff from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's a senior, standing at 6'2", 197. Had a 9-3 record last year with a 2.81 ERA, and he's not somebody you want to face on a Friday night.
Well, there's a reason he's in the Astros organization. He did have the choice, obviously, to go and play for them. Decided to come back for his senior season here. And really happy that he decided to do so. Dominating numbers last year.
A force out there on the mound, the right-hander will face off against a left-handed batter to start things off for the Lopes. Austin Bull will start things off here for GCU in the first game of the season. Austin Bull, Thomas LaRouge will DH tonight, hit in the second hole. Garrison Schwartz in the 3 hole. The first pitch to Austin Bull is outside, ball 1. Ian Evans will clean up. Zach Malice playing third base will hit 5th. Preston Pavlica out center will hit in the 6th hole. Ty Wyatt playing second base will hit 7th. Griffin Barnes hits 8th. And Kona Quiggle, the freshman playing in left field, will bat last in the 9 hole. Austin Bull putting up good numbers last year. Hit .285 as a freshman. He's a 2-0 pitch called for a strike. 2-1 now. Walked 26 times with 20 RBIs. With 8 doubles, tied for first with 3 other players on GCU's team. In doubles, the 2-1 pitch is called a strike, paints the black on that outer part of the plate. Makes the count 2-2 with nobody out.
Bull, one of the top men on this Lopes team in drawing walks. Patient batter.
2-2 breaking ball, swung on and missed there by Austin Bull. Tyler Buffett gets a strike here and a strikeout here to start things off for Oklahoma State against GCU here in the bottom half of the first. Thomas LaRouge, arguably the best player to miss out on WAC preseason honors, stepping in playing designated hitter tonight.
Certainly has his case for all WAC. Last season batting .342, which ranked 9th in the WAC, 79 hits, which ranked 4th, and of course a 1,000% fielding percentage, which was tied for first.
Thomas LaRouge is going to lace one into left center field, just slicing that one, and he's going to get on first base with the lead. 1-out single here in the bottom of the first, and that's going to get a little bit of momentum and excitement here in the crowd. Thomas LaRouge is not somebody you want to get on base here early. LaRouge swiping 13 bags last year, good for 8th in the conference, and brings up an even more dangerous battering Garrison Schwartz.
Nice swing on that one. It seemed to be a bit low and outside. LaRouge took that ball where it was pitched and able to go down and get it, hitting out to left field.
Took where it was coming from and put it that same way, going the opposite direction there. Garrison Schwartz sees a ball inside. The back pick there from the catcher, Wacker, is not in time to get the speedy Thomas LaRouge at first base.
Tell you what, that throw was a little bit better. That may have been closer. He had a lead down there at first.
Thomas LaRouge very aggressive on the base paths. Big lead over there at first base. Does not go. Ground ball right side. It's going to get through. And Thomas LaRouge is looking for third. He's going to stay at second base. And back-to-back singles puts guys on first and second. And a runner in scoring position here for Ian Evans.
Talk about the ability to steal bases for LaRouge. 13, which is 8th in the WAC last season. Didn't even need to use his legs there as a chopper found the gap, a huge gap between the second baseman and first baseman there. Not a lot of velocity on that ball, but second baseman wasn't able to get it, ranging to his left.
Tough position there for the second baseman, getting that double play depth, expecting a ball up the middle, looking to get Thomas LaRouge a second and get out of this 3 up, 3 down. But now even Ian Evans comes up, and Ian Evans hit .403 last year for Gateway College, getting to the World Series in the National Junior College Athletics Association Division II College World Series. First pitch to Ian Evans is a called strike.
See that so often, players playing their first couple years at junior colleges, and just because they start at junior colleges doesn't mean they're not great players, and they come up to the NCAA for the next couple years and absolutely thrive.
The 0-1 pitch, runners on first and second here with 1 out. He's in the dirt, gonna get away from Wacker, and everybody's gonna advance a bag here. And the crowd's getting a little bit more excited, a little bit louder here in a packed Brazos Stadium.
I'll tell you what, that's something I was not expecting to see in the first inning from these Cowboys. A passed ball, advancing runners to second and third now with only 1 out. And a threatening bottom half of the first here for Grand Canyon.
It's going to go down in the scores book as a wild pitch to advance both LaRouge and Schwartz. And Ian Evans now with a 1-1 count, 1 out, and runners on second and third base could put a crooked number up here with 1 swing of the bat. The 1-1 pitch is outside, making the count 2-1 now. Ian Evans had 59 RBIs last year for Gateway College, hitting .403 in that campaign there for Gateway, making it into the Division II College World Series in the National Junior College Athletics Association. 2-1 pitch just gets outside. The changeup is going to be a called strike there from Buffett. Oklahoma State making it to the College World Series last year. Their first appearance since 1999, their 20th overall as a program. 2-2 pitch swung on and laced into the netting above the first base dugout.
Yeah, these Cowboys have got something going the last 4 years in the Big 12. 4 NCAA regional berths, 2 super regionals, and of course last year's College World Series appearance, their first since 1999.
Cowboys just missing out on the final series against Coastal Carolina, losing to the University of Arizona. 2-2 pitch is fouled out of play down the first baseline again. Ian Evans battling off here against Tyler Buffett.
And if that isn't an example of a team coming out of nowhere, the Chanticleers going on to win it all, Coastal Carolina, I'll tell you what, that's a small university.
Two-two count, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Thomas LaRouge at third and Garrison Schwartz at second. Both back-to-back singles here with 1 out. 2-2 pitches in the dirt. Blocked well there by Wacker. it's going to be a full count here with one out. Runners on second and third, and Zach Malice on deck. Malice hit .301 last year with 3 home runs. Look to see Tyler Buffett. Ground ball left side, right at the third baseman. Garrison Schwartz is going to have to go back, but it's going to bring in Thomas LaRouge, and the Lopes are on the board here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get it, just get on the board first, and that's what GCU has done here. Just a routine ground ball to short, but not enough time for the throw to come home. And of course, in a 0-0 game, you'll give up the run for the out, and that's exactly what's happened here, and the Lopes have a 1-0 lead.
Zach Malice will step in. With the runner on second base, so there's still a runner in scoring position, and Zach Malice has the power to get one over the heads and into the gaps here at Brazos Stadium. First pitch to Zach Malice is outside. So it's a 1-0 count, 2 outs. Runner on second base, and the Lopes lead 1-0 here.
Malice today is going to move from first to third. Last season playing at first, now we'll move to the other hot corner.
Swing and a miss here from Zach Malice, evens up the count at 1-1. Zach Malice, 3 home runs, 24 RBIs, swings and misses at a changeup there. 1-2 count now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Didn't quite get the at-bats that his teammates did, but with a .301 average, that's certainly one of the higher ones on the squad from last year.
1-2 pitch is outside. Zach Malice laying off that one. It was close. The Cowboys wanted that one after getting ring up twice here by the home plate umpire, Stephen Corvey, in the top half of the frame. 2-2 count. The delivery, swung on him, yanked foul. It's going to get out of play, though.
That ball was gone if it would have stayed straight. It was, of course, well foul, but man, did he turn on that ball, and did he ever give that one a ride.
Inside pitch, just protecting himself, and got a hold of that one, just a bit foul. 2-2 count, though. Tyler Buffett trying to get out of the inning here for Oklahoma State. Delivery, changeup, swung on, pulled back, strike 3 called there by the home plate umpire, and Tyler Buffett gets out of the inning with just a 1 run crossing the plate. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left on base, no errors for the Pokes. And GCU will come back out. Jake Wong here with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back out to Brazos Stadium here. Jake Wong getting back out on the mound to start things off here for in the second inning. And Alex, the Lopes getting 2 base runners there in that first frame, able to get them around. And they're able to score there on the 5-3 ground out to third base. Thomas LaRouge getting in on the ground out by Ian Evans. First RBI of the season for the Lopes, coming from a transfer from Gateway College, who had a fantastic year last year.
Well, that's what we said. You know, we talked about the additions to these teams. They had a couple guys leave the middle infield along with Zach Malice moving from first base to third base. And so that production they're going to need to see in the field as well as the plate. They had a great fielding percentage. Finished second in the WAC as far as that went, but they're going to need to see the conversion of the plate too.
Absolutely. Andy Stankiewicz producing quality fielders throughout the infield and the outfield. Playing for the Diamondbacks for a short stint in the infield for the Arizona Diamondbacks. First pitch to the Oklahoma State batter, leading things off here, Dustin Williams. 2 straight strikes here to Williams. Dustin Williams hit .218 last year with 14 RBIs, leading the Big 12 in home runs. 42 RBIs, 14 home runs for Williams, playing first base out of Weatherford, Texas. 1-2 count here, lead things off here in the top of the second.
Williams, a big boy.
1-2 pitches outside. Jake Wong has a 2-2 count now.
You're not wanting to leave anything up and in the zone. Good job of staying outside and trying to work the outside part of the plate.
2-2 count to Dustin Williams. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and 3 strikeouts for Jake Wong through 5 batters.
Talked about how he wasn't necessarily a starter last year. Only 6 of his 18 appearances were starts with a 4.28 ERA, but it seems like he's gotten this thing figured out over the offseason, and he's starting to settle in.
New pitching coach and Rich Dorman coming over from the Seattle Mariners organization. The first pitch from Jake Wong to Colin Simpson as a called strike, the designated hitter here for the Cowboys. And a little fun family full circle situation as the 0-1 pitch is knuckled over to first base. Jake Wong gets over, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. The strength and conditioning coach for GCU, Gabe Borland, was also in the Mariners organization back in 2009. Here, and now his buddy Rich Dorman is with the program after both coaching up in the Northwest League Single A short season ball for Seattle, the Everett Aquasox. Fun story, new Arizona Diamondbacks players, Taijuan Walker and Ketel Marte, both coming over from the Mariners in that Gene Segura and minor league prospects trade during the offseason. Taijuan Walker throwing out the first pitch of the season here at GCU Stadium. Those connections and that family environment and atmosphere that the GCU Lopes create, coming and bringing that MLB starting pitcher here to GCU Stadium, or GCU here at Brazil Stadium.
It's also neat, the Lopes on February 2nd, they'll take on the Diamondbacks and their spring training squad to get actually spring training going. So that'll be the first slated game of the Cactus League. GCU will get to play the D-backs.
I'm excited for it, as are the Lopes. 2-0 pitch to Andrew Rosa. The second baseman is low. That makes it 3-0. And Jake Wong's got himself a deep hole to climb out here against Andrew Rosa. Rosa hitting .257 last year with 11 RBIs out of Owasso, Oklahoma. 3-0 pitch is a called strike. Rosa tried to get that one to go his way, started to walk towards first base, but wasn't going to get it from home plate umpire Corvey.
I always love that. They think it's a ball, take first like it's a walk, and then tell the ump it's my bad.
3-1 pitch is in the exact same spot as the last one. Is going to be full count here with 2 outs.
Talk about getting out of that deep hole. Wong able to even this, bring this count back to full.
It's full count, 2 outs, nobody on. Outfield shifts a little bit to the right in the dirt low, and that's going to walk Rosa. 2 walks here for Jake Wong in 2 innings. Can't complain, though. No hits yet for Oklahoma State. That brings up number 17, the catcher, Travis Wacker. Wacker, 9 home runs last year, 66 RBIs for Grayson Community College out of Frisco, Texas. Junior transfer. Getting the start behind the plate tonight for Oklahoma State, ranked 22nd in the country in one poll, as high as 11th in another. Pick off play over to first base, keeping Rosa on his toes over there at first, not in time.
Wong's done a good job of not being timid with this high-ranked Cowboys offense and gone after him, and it's paid off.
The First pitch is outside to Wacker. Jake Wong, a sophomore this year, last year as a freshman. Second on the Lopes with an opposing batting average of .254. He's not going to get a lot of guys on base via a hit. Did have a high ERA of 4.28 and a record that doesn't really show what he could do in 2 and 3. Two statistics that are fading out in the analytical world of things to focus on when you're looking at quality of a pitcher. Record and ERA, they're going towards the FIP, FIP, and the WRC plus. Exactly, not a lot of people know exactly what those are. Not off the top of my head do I know, but FIP is something to do with innings pitched as well, similar to ERA, but is more of a raw rating. 2-0 count, 2 outs, runner on first base. Travis Wacker is going to be a called strike, 2-1.
To touch a little more on pitching, something GCU did well last season was they were able to make corrections once conference play came around. So they pitched pretty much the same amount of innings out of conference and in conference, and a difference of about a 2.00 ERA in conference compared to out of conference.
Runner bluffs. It gets off his bag. The throw from Griffin Barnes is in time, and he gets him on back pick. Andrew Rosa caught too many steps off the bag, and the Lopes get out of that one. Nobody left on base, no runs, no hits, no errors. The Lopes and Jake Wong get out of the top of the second, still up 1-0.
GCU now offers a unique opportunity to earn your doctorate through an on-campus evening cohort. Cohort classes are 1 night a week, and doctorate programs in education and philosophy are enrolling now. Scholarships are available, and GCU is adding new programs all the time. The next evening cohort begins in March. For more information, visit gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. That's gcu.edu/doctoral 2017.
GCU coming back out here. Start the bottom of the second. Preston Pavlica, Ty Wyatt, and Griffin Barnes due up for the Lopes here in the bottom half of the second against an Oklahoma State team. And Tyler Buffett, who's been quality all year long last year, 93 record, 2.81 ERA. Second highest ERA in 37 appearances, the most appearances on the team last year. Had 9 saves and 83.1 innings pitched. Only allowed 70 hits and struck out 76 as well. Opposing batting average of 229 as a throwdown from the catcher. Travis Wacker is in there, and we'll get the first batter here. And Preston Pavlica wearing number 42 tonight. Playing in center field. Got multiple starts last year and kind of stunned everybody when he came onto the scene last year. Going 5 for 8 in his first 2 games that he started in with 7 RBIs. The first pitch to Preston Pavlica is lined right at the third baseman on a hop. So 1 pitch and 1 out here for Tyler Buffett, making quick work of the first batter, Preston Pavlica, here in the bottom of the second.
Pavlica listed on the roster as number 11, but of course wearing that number 42. Not sure if that has anything to do with Jackie Robinson, but couldn't have picked a better number.
That brings up Ty Wyatt out of Peoria, Arizona. First pitch to Wyatt is in the dirt, ball 1. He had a .239 batting average last year with 7 doubles and 22 RBIs. And he also pitched a 2-way player here for the Lopes. Had a 5.58 ERA and a 2-5 record with 1 complete game.
Yeah, this guy pretty much played everywhere last year. Used as a utility infielder slash, he played in left field, but played every position in the infield except for catcher.
1-1 pitch is a breaking ball, stays upstairs for ball number 2. 2-1 count with 1 out. 1 out. A hard ground ball right at the third baseman. Garrett Bench threw it over to first base and got Preston Pavlica. 2-1 pitch jams. Ty Wyatt is going to fall down the line, and Ty Wyatt's going to take a big turn around first base, but he's in there. The overthrow of second base gets past the second baseman over the top of his head, but Dustin Williams wisely is there to back it up. Otherwise, Wyatt would have been second base easily.
Wyatt not getting the best contact on that, but able to get a nice little bloop single. The classic tweener kind of in that dreaded triangle with the left fielder, the third baseman, and shortstop. Infielders heading back and the left fielder heading in, and that one dropped with plenty of room.
You always see that on ESPN, a third baseman or a shortstop going out there and getting that kind of ball. And everybody always says, why did they throw that on ESPN Top 10? That wasn't very spectacular. But if you're out there and you're running behind you and the ball's coming from over the top of your head so high like that, you got to find it out of the lights. You got to find it in the black of the sky. It's tough to do, so it's definitely a top 10 Sports Center worthy play if you can make that play. Ty Wyatt just sneaks it in past third baseman and shortstop, though. Griffin Barnes stepping in here with one out and runner on first base. Swings at the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to make it 0-2.
Wacker's going to go out and talk to his catcher real quick, calm him down. Not necessarily the start the Cowboys wanted coming in here. Against GCU, maybe expecting to get out and on the board first, but they're being threatened here early.
Pick over to first base, not in time. Griffin Barnes hit 157 last year with 4 RBIs. Only had 51 at-bats last year in a rotating catcher position. But arguably the best fall by way of the coaching staff here. Coach Stankiewicz saying that Griffin Barnes had a very good fall. He's in the starting lineup today. 0-2 pitch, breaking ball. He's going to lay off of it, but he's going to get rung up. Griffin Barnes will go back to the dugout after that strikeout.
Yeah, that pitch had some nice movement on it at the end. Not quite the 12-6, but it did have some bite and some drop to it at the end. And not able to pull the trigger on that one.
That'll bring up Kona Quiggle. Quiggle, a freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, went to Gateway High School. Had a 370 career batting average in 4 years playing varsity for Gateway. First pitch is low, but called strike to the left-handed batter, Kona Quiggle. Getting the signs from Coach Stankiewicz down the third baseline. Will step back in. Runner at first base over there is Ty Wyatt after his bloop single down the third baseline. Long pause out there on the mound for Buffett. Delivers a strike on the outer part of the plate. It's 0-2 now to number 9 hitter in Kona Quiggle.
Yeah, Quiggle's got to expect something way out of the zone here. Just got to be patient and not go chasing something.
Throw over to first base is not in time.
Quiggle is a big boy, and he's got some room down there on the right field line if he can slap the ball that way.
The 0-2 pitch, outside ball 1 to the freshman from Greenway High School. That 370 batting average over 4 years for the varsity program. Just down the road here. 1-2 count. Austin Bull on deck, leadoff batter for the Lopes here in the second. The 1-2 pitch, delivered, check swing, is going to get Quiggle in the batter's box. Home plate umpire quickly out from his position, calling that ball foul.
Yeah, if you'll actually look to the right when in view, behind the fence, you've got fire units on top of their vehicles watching the game, and then the parking structure is filled with folks behind us in the right center field, people on the structure watching the game. So a great atmosphere in Phoenix, Arizona here for this opening game and opening series.
packed house, standing room only all the way out to the parking structure. Not a seat or yellow aluminum seating to be found here at Brazos Stadium. 1-2 pitch is fouled backwards again. Quiggle staying alive here in the at-bat and forcing Buffett to throw multiple pitches here in the at-bat.
Good job of Quiggle to stay alive after going down 0-2. He's been able to watch one for a ball and get a couple fouls.
The 1-2 pitch from Buffett on the way. Inside ball 2. Good decision to lay off that one by the freshman. It was very close though.
I was gonna say, I don't think that was the easiest pitch to lay off there for Quiggle, but a wise pitch to lay off.
Throw over to first base again, not in time. Just keeping Ty Wyatt over there, keeping him honest. Two-two count to the freshman, hitting the 9-hole, run on first base. 1-0 lead for the Lopes. Ground ball down the first baseline on that breaking ball that Quiggle pulled foul. Staying alive here in the at-bat.
Quiggle now set to see the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Great job staying alive.
Two-two count, runner at first base, Ty Wyatt after his bloop single down the third baseline. 2 outs, 1-0 lead here for the Lopes in the bottom of the second. The pitch swung on, laced into left field, right at the left fielder, Garrett McCain, and that'll retire the side. No hits, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base here for the Lopes in the bottom of the second. Heading to the top of the third, Jake Wong coming back out for the Lopes.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to Brazos Stadium here. The Lopes leading 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. And Jake Wong will go back out against Travis Wacker, who was up in that last at-bat back in the top of the second. But a back pick that got Andrew Rosa at first base, who took too many steps over there at first base on a secondary lead. Got him into some trouble, and then he got back picked by Griffin Barnes. So he's going to come back out. Travis Wacker, Jacob Chappelle, and Garrett McCain will lead things off here for the Pokes here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, Wong's still yet to give up a hit here in the top of the third inning, so you got to figure he's using that. He's got a little chip on his shoulder, seeing that the Lopes already have 3 hits on this big Buffett guy who they thought was going to be, bring out all the stops, but they figured him out early, and now Wong's the guy to worry about.
So Jake Wong has not gotten a hit against him. We'll lead things off here with a strike after Wacker fouls that one back. Wacker, playing catcher today, hit 9 home runs with 66 RBIs for Grayson Community College. Transfer from Grayson out of Frisco, Texas. Swings and misses with a little bit of a piece of that one. 0-2 count now with nobody on, and the leadoff batter, Travis Wacker, looking at an 0-2 count here against a pitcher who has done very well when he's ahead in the count, and that's Jake Wong. The pitch. Strike 3 called in the outer part of the plate. Another backwards K for the sophomore pitcher for the Lopes.
Yeah, how about Jake Wong? 3 of the 4 strikeouts by way of the backwards K. The looking, meaning the pitch had some deceit on it at the end, maybe tailing off or breaking at the end, and Wong definitely in control of his stuff.
So Jake Wong will step in now against Jacob Chappelle. Jacob Chappelle, the batter. First pitch to Chappelle. Playing shortstop is low and outside for ball number 1. Jacob Chappelle hit 190 last year with 4 RBIs. had 23 starts at shortstop in 2015. Fly ball to right field is at Garrison Schwartz. 2 down here in the third.
Nice job of jamming him there. I think it jammed him. And able to keep it up in the zone. So not really much for Chappelle to do, but just kind of a weak fly ball out to right. That one moseyed out there and able to give Schwartz the time to get under that and make that one a can of corn.
Garrett McCain will get his second run here at Jake Wong. McCain striking out, looking in his first at-bat to lead things off in the top of the first inning. Jake Wong delivers with 2 outs, swung on and fouled off the front leg of McCain down the third baseline. So Wong gets ahead of McCain yet again here, back-to-back at-bats.
Fletcher, what do you think it does to Wong, the fact that he was able to retire McCain the first at-bat by way of a strikeout?
Ground ball right up the middle, slowly. Austin Bull gets there and gets the out. 3 up, 3 down for Jake Wong here, and the Lopes are fired up here through 2.5 innings. Jake Wong's got a lot of confidence coming off the field. 3 up, 3 down here after the third inning for the Lopes. They'll come back out here in the bottom of the third here shortly.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Back in 2015, taking USC to 5 sets. Micah Christensen, the United States men's national team setter, setting for USC in that game. Fun atmosphere over there in the arena, and an Antelope Gymnasium for volleyball.
I'll tell you what, if you like this atmosphere at a baseball game, check out a volleyball game. Those stands and that gymnasium is absolutely packed and deafening.
Sunday afternoon game a couple weekends ago against number 6 team in the country, Lewis. There were about 800 to 1,000 people packed inside of the little gymnasium called Antelope Gymnasium. Very close-knit, very tight atmosphere and environment, and it can get and rattle some of those players that come in expecting to be a quiet Sunday afternoon, taking care of business in an unranked team in GCU. But nope, GCU battles back and wins a 5-setter against a nationally ranked team yet again.
Yeah, if you haven't done your homework on this school as an opposing team coming into the stadium, you better do that.
Austin Bull leading things off here for the Lopes in the bottom of the third inning. Austin Bull, Thomas LaRouche, and Garrison Schwartz due up for the Lopes. First pitch is a called strike, just painting the black on the outer part of the plate. Austin Bull looking to do something different other than strike out. Is at bat, trying to get something going here as leadoff batter here against Tyler Buffett. Breaking ball outside, wraps around the plate, and it's going to be a ball. 1-1 count now to Austin Bull.
Nice pitch there with tailing action towards the inside part of the plate at the end there. Wasn't called for the strike.
Breaking ball inside is going to be a called strike. So it's going to be 1-2 to Austin Bull playing shortstop. Moving over from second base after shortstop is vacated by Paul Panichone, getting drafted in 10th round by the Washington Nationals. Another community college transfer that came to GCU, yanked down the line. It's going to get foul. Austin Bull getting all of that one, but couldn't keep it inside the line. 1-2 count still to the shortstop, Austin Bull.
That one left the yard too. If that one had been straight, I think it had a chance to clear the fence as well. You've seen a couple balls pull down that right field line. Monster foul balls.
The right field line is the field side of the field you want to pull a ball. High chopper right over the top of the shorts. Second over the pitcher. It's going to get down, and Garrett Benj is not going to have a play at first base. Austin Bull is going to get in with an infield single.
Yeah, that second the ball hit that bat, that was a tough play. I mean, chopped right out in front of the plate. That one had some hang time as it kind of floated and moseyed its way out in front of second base, and you had the whole middle infield crashing. you had pitcher Buffett checking in for it too, and it was ultimately Binge who had to make the play. But I guess because of the way he picked it up and how it was bouncing in his hand, wasn't able to get the throw.
High chopper there gets Austin Bull at first base. Brings up Thomas LaRouge after a pickoff attempt at first base, keeps Austin Bull there. Thomas LaRouge singling to left field in his last at-bat. He ended up coming around to score on a 5-3 ground out by Ian Evans. First RBI of the season for Ian Evans and the first RBI of the season for the Lopes. Put them on the board in the first inning. They lead the number 22 team in the country, Oklahoma State, by 1. Bunt, line drive at the pitcher is caught. The play over at first base is not in time to get Austin Bull. Thomas LaRouge looking to bunt Austin Bull over. Bunts right at the pitcher, and it's going to be an out.
Well, not a great bunt at all. Obviously, the pitcher able to make a catch, but how about the throw by Buffett after that one almost got Bull to second or maybe third. Really a high-risk, low-reward play there. He should have just eaten and let Bull get back to first. Fortunate that he wasn't able to get into scoring position on that missed throw.
Very athletic play there by the pitcher, Tyler Buffett, to get off the mound quickly and dive for that line drive bunt. Throw over to first base, not in time again, and that brings up Garrison Schwartz, who singled to right field on a ground ball through the hole in his last at-bat.
Buffett enthralled with the idea of keeping these GCU runners at bay on first, keeps picking them off, or trying to.
Pitch inside to Garrison Schwartz is a ball. Schwartz playing in right field, hit .307 last year, 19 doubles, 6 home runs, and the way Garrett Benge has been coming in, or Tyler Buffett has been coming inside. If you leave one over the inner third of the plate and it's a strike, Garrison Schwartz has the power to take one and give the firefighters a souvenir out there in right field.
He did earlier in his first at-bat. He pulled it way foul, but was able to lace one into right for a base hit. His first at-bat.
Garrison Schwartz and Zach Malice, two players with raw power, taking a bunch of BP pitches out of the yard. A lot of them to right field and a bunch to right center as well. 375 with a 30-foot fence out there is a long ways to hit a ball to get it out of here. But Garrison Schwartz has the power to do so. And he's got a 3-0 count here against Tyler Buffett. Wacker's going to go out and chat with the ace. Garrison Schwartz looking to see a pitch off the plate and get walked here.
Of course, Buffett not going to leave anything up there. Schwartz named the WAC preseason player of the year. An honor for him.
3-0 pitch is a called strike. Garrison Schwartz just laying off of it. 3-1 count, 1 out. And a runner at first base, that's Austin Bull after a leadoff single. Garrison Schwartz, preseason WAC player of the year, in the batter's box with a 3-1 count and a runner at first base. The pitch outside, and he's going to get walked. Runners on first and second now for Ian Evans.
Not quite sure what Buffett's pitch count is right now, but it's got to be getting up there as he's really not finding the spots he wants. And Wacker obviously knows that.
Yeah, Buffett's at 50 right now. Nobody's going in the pen right now. And it looks like it's just going to be a routine chat out there on the mound right now for Holiday. Austin Bull's at second. Garrison Schwartz at first base after the walk. Ian Evans grounded out to third base in his last at-bat, but that was enough to bring home the only run of the game. Thomas LaRouge having the speed to get home on that. Leaving on first contact, and he had the speed to get home. Any other player probably would have stayed home at third base and not risked it in the first inning, but you got to be risky here on the base paths. Early in the game, it's not going to hurt you in the bottom of the first inning to take those risks on a ground ball to third base. Thomas LaRouge with the speed, swiping a bunch of bags last year. 13 bagged last year, 8th in the WAC in the stolen bases. was able to come home on that ground ball by Ian Evans, who's going to step in here against Buffett. Still nobody going down in the pen for Oklahoma State down that first baseline. Ian Evans was running on first and second and 1 out. The first pitch is outside. Wacker had to throw his body at that one to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Nice opportunity with a runner here in scoring position for GCU to get a crooked number on the board here and get a little bit more than one run cushion.
Garrison Schwartz got a big lead over there at first base. Austin Bull at second, being held by the second baseman and the shortstop. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. And Tyler Buffett's got himself a hole to work out of here in the bottom of the third.
Started a couple of these last at-bats, 2-0, 3-0, had to work back.
2-0 pitch is in the dirt again. Travis Wacker keeps it in front of him, but then loses it. And Austin Bull's quick off his secondary and is going to get into third base. Runners on the corners now with a 3-0 count for Tyler Buffett facing off against Ian Evans. Garrison Schwartz not leaving on the ball in the dirt that Wacker lost control of. A little mental lapse there, possibly by the preseason WAC Player of the Year. Could have put another runner in scoring position. Let's see what Ian Evans can do here with a 3-0 count. The pitch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate for strike number 1.
Buffett finally calming down and being able to find the strike zone, but I think barely. That one just caught the corner. So the more patient these Lopes batters are, the more pitches they're going to make Buffett throw, and the sooner he'll be out of there.
3-1 pitch. Buffett comes set. And he's going to throw it to first base to keep Garrison Schwartz there. There is a runner over at third base, though, and he's going to have to watch him as well. That's Austin Bull. And Buffett can't throw the ball away over at first base. Otherwise, Bull will trot home to make it a 2-0 ball game. 3-1 pitch delivered. Garrison Schwartz takes off, hit and run. Ian Evans fouls it back. So it's a 3-2 count now to Ian Evans, the junior to transfer from Gateway College. Hit .403 last year with 59 RBIs. And there he has an RBI to his name this year as well, bringing in Thomas LaRouge back in the first. Full count. Buffett getting the signs from Wacker. Runners on first and third. Buffett comes set and delivers. Runner takes off again, lays into right center field. It's gonna get down. Garrison Schwartz trucking for 3. Ian Evans is gonna get multiple bases, and Garrison Schwartz is gonna score on a standoff double by Ian Evans. Ian Evans has ignited the crowd here after that double to right center, scoring Garrison Schwartz from first base, and Austin Bull is able to walk home on it.
How about the swing Evans put on that ball? Every single pitch, it seemed like in that at-bat, was just sitting on the outside part of the plate and just waited on that one and blasted into the right center gap. No chance for the right fielder to even come close, and it was an instant back to the wall there. Evans' third RBI of the game.
The first pitch to Malice, left side ground ball, and Ian Evans is going to get himself in a rundown.
Well, classic in front. Yeah, in front on the ground ball there. Evans maybe a little too excited off that double as the chopper in front of him. Usually you'll wait till the throws across the diamond to take your base, but he did not do that, and it costed him.
Zach Malice smart, though, to get to second base. Coach Bordis over there at first base sending him when Ian Evans got himself in a rundown there after the ground ball right at the shortstop, Chappelle. So an out is recorded, but they switch places as Ian Evans will go to the dugout. 3 RBIs And a double to his name here. Laced into right center field again. Preston Pavlik is going to get himself another extra base hit. And it's going to be a 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third inning.
Buffett not fooling any one of these Lopes batters at all. And I'll tell you what, they just keep taking the ball where it's pitched. The second or third extra base hit we've seen into that right center field gap. And Buffett is just missing his spots completely right now. And the GCU Lopes batters are capitalizing. It's 4-0.
4-0 ball game here with 2 outs, and Ty Wyatt stepping into the batter's box with a runner in scoring position. The first pitch to Wyatt is a fastball in the outer part of the plate, belt high for strike number 1. Zach Mouse is going to get into second base. That's a 6.54 putout. And Ian Evans is going to be out on that 6.54 putout on the ground ball. Ty Wyatt swings through the 0-1 pitch, and it's going to make it 0-2. Lopes up 4-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Preston Pavlica at second base with an RBI. Ian Evans in the dugout has 3 RBIs after he scored Austin Bull and Garrison Schwartz on his double to right center. Buffett comes set and delivers. The 0-2 pitch is outside the second baseman, Ty Wyatt.
Wyatt lined to left his last at-bat. Great swing by him. And another and a list of hard hit balls for the Lopes. Really the only hit that wasn't was that blooper.
1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. But the Lopes put 3 up on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the third to take a 4-0 lead. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as the Lopes take a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. We've played a third of the ball game, and Jake Wong's coming back out for the 4th here on GCU TV.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back to Brazos Stadium here as the Lopes take a 4-0 lead here through 3 innings played. Tyler Buffett's gotten himself into some trouble here. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. All runs earned right now for Tyler Buffett, the ace on this Cowboys team that made it to the College World Series last year. And he just hasn't had a day here in the opening day of the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're the Astros organization and you're watching on, you're a little worried here because these Lopes batters have done a tremendous job of solving Buffett, and they've really worked with what he's given them. I mean, outside pitches, they've taken it where it's needed to be, and as a result, you know, they sit comfortably ahead 4-0.
And Tyler Buffett, drafted by the Astros last year, decided to come back for his senior year. They've been having some second thoughts after he's getting whacked around the yard right now by the Lopes so far here in the third inning. We're top of the 4th now, but Ian Evans has been the star of the show so far with 3 RBIs and a 1-2 batting average. So he's sitting pretty at 500 right now, going 1 for 2 on the day. The first pitch to Sluter is a called strike.
Sluter walked his first at-bat, and a patient at-bat.
The first pitch of the 0-1 count is fouled back and makes it 0-2. Oh-2 count, 4-0 lead for the Lopes here. Lopes absolutely jumping out to a massive lead here, and we're only a third of the way through the ball game here against Oklahoma State. Ranked 22nd in the country here preseason polls. Facing off a GCU team that's always played with a chip on their shoulder. Coach Stankiewicz instilling that in his teams, and they always come out and battle against anybody they face, whether that's Gonzaga, like they did last year. Tennessee going on the road to face Oklahoma State, just losing the first game, and then getting swept in that series. Ground ball, left side, Austin Bull takes care of it. One down here in the top of the fourth inning. Jake Wong making quick work of the Cowboys here so far on Friday night. Brings up third baseman Garrett Bench. Hit .292 last year with 4 home runs and 40 RBIs. Named second team All Big 12 last year. Stepping into the batter's box here, facing off against Jake Wong.
Bench put a ride on it his first at bat. Deep fly out to center field, but wasn't quite able to figure it out as it just missed the gap.
The 1-0 pitch is outside and high, ball number 2. So it's a 2-0 count with 1 out for 2-0 count with 1 out for Jake Wong here. That's a tongue twister. Facing off against Garrett Bench. Fouled that one back. Fastball getting underneath it. And Oklahoma State without Donnie Walton, middle infielder for Oklahoma State last year. Steady player in the middle of the infield. Steady bat as well in the lineup for Oklahoma State. 2-1 pitch swung through and missed. 2-2 count now with 1 out here to Garrett Bench. Donnie Walton getting drafted by the Mariners and playing for the Everett Sox up in Everett, Washington of the Northwest League in single-A short season ball. 2-2 pitch from Jake Wong is upstairs and outside for ball number 3. Full count here with 1 out to the third baseman.
Back to the pitching situation for the Cowboys. They lost their ace, Hatch, who was the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, as well as an All-American and a third-round draft pick by the World Series champion Cubs.
3-2 pitch is fouled back as well. And the Big 12, always known for their baseball. TCU, solid baseball program. Oklahoma State, a solid baseball program. Texas, a solid baseball program. Historically, one of the best teams ever in Texas as a program as a whole. It's a tough conference to go through, and GCU getting some experience of that top caliber baseball. 3-2 pitch swung right at Malice. One hop, plays it well, and slings over to first base, and Ian Evans for the put out. The 5-3 ground out. There's 2 outs in the inning here for Jake Wong.
Yeah, if you check out this replay, you'll see not really any challenges for Malice converting from first to third. That one came at him hot. I believe he was able to play that with a forehand and not the backhand.
They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Over there, Zach Malice taking that hot grounder right at him. Played it nice and coolly over there. Threw it over to first base to record the out. First pitch is a strike to the new batter, John Little. Littell's fouls that one back.
Littell, a victim of Wong's strikeout victim, I should say. This one was one of the 5 looking.
Four strikeouts for Jake Wong. He's got an 0-2 count. Check swing, yes he did, and nicked out 5 strikeouts for Jake Wong, making quick work of his Oklahoma State lineup here through 3.5. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th here on GCU TV.
The Southwest Gospel Music Festival returns to the GCU Arena this weekend. Tickets are still available for this 2-day event, or you can buy tickets for single sessions. Enjoy 19 talented groups in the gospel community on February 19th and 20th. Get your tickets at gcuarena.com. That's gcuarena.com.
Jake Wong, career high in Ks, and we're not even through a full baseball game yet. 4 innings played in the top half. We're through 3.5. Jake Wong's made work of 4 innings so far. He's got 5 Ks, so his average of Ks per inning is above 1, and that's something that scouts will look at and Stankwitz will look at the rest of the season, and it could be cementing himself as the ace for the rest of the season here after tonight's performance if he can stay healthy and keep this up the rest of the season.
GCU only averaging 6 strikeouts a game last season, so Wong doing a good job of trending to break that.
Griffin Barnes will step into the batter's box, struck out in his first at-bat, back in the second. Hit 157 last year and 51 at-bats. And it's going to be catcher by committee as well this year with Jared McDonald, Griffin Barnes, and Josh Meyer coming back from injury.
Did Barnes ever take a swing at that one? Man, he wanted to rip that one out onto 35th Ave, but just missed it.
The 0-1 pitch is skied foul out of bounds over the top of the press box. It's an 0-2 count now to Griffin Barnes, the catcher for the Lopes. This Lopes team's jumping out to a 4-0 lead on the number 22 team in the country, Oklahoma State, here in the opener of the season. The 0-2 pitch swung on in the dirt. Big swing and miss there by Griffin Barnes.
Miscommunication there between catcher and umpires. I think they may have said that was a dropped third strike, but at first it seemed like Wacker didn't know that, so he began to run down and then held up, and then realized that the umpire said that it was a dropped third, so he needed to throw it down.
Yeah, swing and miss there by Griffin Barnes. The ball was in the dirt before he swung, so don't know what the miscommunication was on that part by catcher Wacker, but either way, they got the out, and I'll bring up Kona Quiggle. First pitch to Quiggle is a called strike on the outer part of the plate.
Quiggle, a really, really nice at-bat, forcing 9 pitches. He finished with a line out to left field, but he did get very solid contact and was able to work back from an 0-2 count.
And he also brought the pitch count of Tyler Buffett up quite a bit, over 50 in the last inning. As he's facing off against Quiggle again, the 9-hole batter, bringing that pitch count up for the starter here, and there is movement in the pen for Oklahoma State.
It was only a matter of time as Buffett's pitch count is definitely getting up there, and he's not being as effective as they'd like.
The 0-2 pitch to Kona Quiggle is in the dirt. So it's 1-2 to the 9-hole batter. Freshman from Greenway High School, hit 370 as a career average from Phoenix, Arizona. Pitch count at 71 after that ball is laced into left center field. And Quiggle's gonna get a stand-up double here after that ball's off the wall in left center.
Geez, how far would that ball have traveled had it not hit the wall? That ball just kept going, careening at least 10 feet off the wall, off the line. Nice, puts a nice swing on it. See hands staying through the zone, not staying out in front, and another opposite field hit. Couple in the right center gap and now one in the left center gap.
That's what they teach him at a young age, and that's what Stankiewicz and his staff teach him here at GCU. Once you get to the collegiate level, send the ball the other direction. You're going to get on base. Put the ball in the air, put it in the gap, and you're going to get extra bases. Tyler Buffett working with a guy on second base to Austin Bull. First pitch to Bull is a called strike. Singled and scored in the last inning. The leadoff batter for the Lopes coming around to score. One of 3 runners to score in the third to make it a 4-0 ball game. 1 out. 0-1 count to Bull with a runner at second base.
Bull able to leg himself out an infield hit.
And he's going to lace one into center field. Quiggle getting waved around from third. Ball is not in time and off line. And Kona Quiggle's going to score an RBI single for Austin Bull, and it's a 5-0 ball game. Austin Bull, 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats, and the Lopes have a 5-0 lead here. Austin Bull getting his first RBI of the season.
How about the fact that Austin Bull's batted 3 times and we're in the bottom of the 4th inning? That is third at-bat, now 2 for 3 on the day. The complete opposite of an infield single as he put that one right back up at Buffett.
There are people in the Oklahoma State bullpen, but nobody is working right now. Holiday is going to come out and chat with Wacker and Buffett. Runner at first base and Thomas LaRouge up, and Thomas LaRouge is not a batter you want to face with a runner at first base. So everybody's going to have a little timeout here as Wacker and Buffett come together with the coach, Josh Holiday. Bull, Bordis, Thomas LaRouge, and Coach Stankiewicz over there on the third baseline going over strategy, seeing what they want to do here. The runner on first base, 1 out and a 5-0 lead here as Jake Wong has been absolutely stellar out on the hill this evening in the season opener.
Josh Holiday looking a little like Bruce Bochy as he walks off the mound there in the black and orange.
So Thomas LaRouge will step in. No pitching change here. And runner at first base.
Action in the pen for the Cowboys. Left-handed pitcher Parker Scott. He'll be a freshman.
Throw over to first base was not in time to get Bull. Just keeping him over there. He's got a decent lead over at first base with a right-handed pitcher, Tyler Buffett. Left-handed batter in the batter's box is Thomas LaRouge. First pitch, a good pitch there. It's going to be a strike. Had some backwards tail to it away from the batter. A little two-seamer action there from pitcher Buffett. Two-seamer or a cutter. Gets over the plate for a strike. So it's no one count, one runner on base, and one run is scored here in the inning. Pitch is in the dirt low, ball one. Thomas LaRouge popping out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt. He scored back in the first after he singled to left field. So he's 1 for 2 today. And he's got a 1-1 count here against Buffett in his third at bat against him. Bull takes off. The throw from Wacker is in time, and it's going to get Bull at second base. There's 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah, from the second Wacker popped up, it appeared Bull was gone, and that's exactly what you had. Bull didn't necessarily get the best jump, but it was the way that Wacker was able to get that ball up and out of his hands. The transfer from glove to hand was absolutely perfect, and he hosed him on the throw down to second.
Great play, great pop-up, and a great throw there from Wacker. Ground ball right up the middle, right at Chappelle. He's going to get it on the run. He's going to throw out speedy Thomas LaRouge. And after a run scores, 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left on base, and no errors. Lopes have a 5-0 lead here through 4 innings here on GCU TV.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Lopes have a 5-0 lead here against this 22nd ranked team in the country in Oklahoma State. 8 hits, and Jake Wong has 5 strikeouts on the hill. Coming back out for the top of the 5th inning. And Alex, Jake Wong's been doing absolutely everything Stankiewicz could ask for him here in the opener, obliterating the batters here for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, how about this start for Grand Canyon? You know, they knew this test would be one of their toughest. You got a team that just reached the Elite 8 in the College World Series coming in the Big 12, a good conference. And here you got a guy who didn't even start. He wasn't even a scheduled starter last year, came out of the pen, and he's starting his first game of this campaign and dominating a great team.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot happened last year on the pitching staff for the Lopes. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys not doing what they were expected to do. Jake Wong stepping up. Didn't have the best year, but he's got the start here tonight, and he's made it count so far, mowing down Oklahoma State here through 4 innings. First pitch here to start off the things in the 5th is a strike here to Dustin Williams. Second pitch is a strike as well. It's 0-2 now to Dustin Williams, the first baseman for Oklahoma State. Struck out back in the 2nd, and that's his only at bat of the game so far. The 0-2 pitch from Wong, breaking ball, and it's going to be low, ball number 1.
Oklahoma State is one of 23 Division I teams in the country to reach 2,500 wins.
The 1-2 skied into center field. Pavlica has a bead on it. He's going to camp underneath it about 2 steps in front of the warning track. Out number 1 here in the 5th.
Well, the 5-hitter, Williams, absolutely giving that ball a ride. Crushing up into the Phoenix Knight, but a routine can of corn out there in center on the warning track. Wong had better be a little bit more careful here. He misses by a couple more half inches, and that one's out of the park.
First pitch here to Colin Simpson is inside for ball number 1. Colin Simpson grounding out to the first baseman back in the 2nd inning. The 1-0 pitch just outside. Ball number 2 here for Jake Wong. Wong coming in with a 4.28 ERA last year in 18 appearances. A third of them starts, 6 starts in 18 appearances, 4 2/3 innings pitched total for the freshman last year. He's a sophomore now, and he's mowing down the Oklahoma State batters here as he gets a swinging miss here for strike number 1 in the at-bat to Colin Simpson.
Really seemed to be the first pitch all night where Wong overpowered one of these Cowboys batters. But he hasn't necessarily needed to.
2-1 pitch, jammed towards the left side. Bull with the throw and gets him. Ian Evans does well, and he's got enough height to keep that one in front of him and in his glove. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Wong making good work of the pokes here so far in the 5th.
Yeah, Bull, I think, in my opinion, made that one a little bit tougher than he could have, playing with the backhand. I thought he may have been able to square that one up and play it in front of his body, but he got it right out of his glove off the backhand and threw it across for a put out.
The first pitch to Rosa gets through the legs of Kona Quiggle, and it's going to be extra bases. Looking for 3 here. And it's going to be a single with an error on the left fielder, and he's going to get into third base. That's Andrew Rosa.
Well, when you see the replay, you see exactly what Kona Quiggle was thinking. You got a guy out there on the mound, not necessarily in your mind that he's got a no-hitter, but it's got to be looming somewhere in the top of the 5th inning. And Quiggle, of course, not wanting to be the player that breaks that one up or makes a mistake on the ball, so he may have just misread that and been a little too over-aggressive, and that ball all the way back to the wall.
Off the bat, it looked like Quiggle was going to have a play on it in the air, but a little bit of a depth perception error here, little optical illusion. Ball gets down and then it rolls all the way to the wall on the error by the left fielder. So the first single and the first hit of the game for Oklahoma State comes in the 5th inning on a single to the left field, and then Rosa gets all the way to third on an E7. 2 outs. The first pitch to Wacker is a ball. Off-speed pitch is fouled out of play. It's a 1-1 count. Very young infield, save Ian Evans over there at first base. And Garrison Schwartz out and right, the 2 juniors on the field right now. Everybody else is a sophomore or a freshman. Kona Quiggle, the lone freshman out on the field, but middle infield all sophomores. Zach Malice over at third base, a sophomore, and Preston Pavlik out in center, a sophomore, with Griffin Barnes behind the plate and Jake Wong on the mound, both sophomores as well. So a very young squad and very promising future here for the Lopes with a young roster on for Coach Stankiewicz. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and Jake Wong is going to tip his hat to Kona Quiggle and say, "It's all good, man. We got out of it with one single, so no runs, one hit, one error, and one man left on base for Oklahoma State here in the 5th. Lopes still lead 5-0 here on GCU TV.
If you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel, featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill. It's the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Rooms start at $79 a night. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com. That's gcuhotel.com.
New pitcher out on the mound for Oklahoma State. Number 6, Parker Scott. He's a freshman from Flower Mound, Texas, standing at 6'1", weighing in 166. And he'll get the ball here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The left-hander from Texas facing off against the Lopes here in the inning. Garrison Schwartz leading things off for the Lopes. Then Ian Evans and Zach Malice. Those are the batters here for the Lopes in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lopes with a 5-0 lead here, 8 hits and an error to their name on the bottom half of the scoreboard. 1 hit for Oklahoma State, that single coming from Andrew Rosa.
I'll tell you what, Scott is not the, he's a lanky pitcher, that's for sure. Listed on the roster only at 6'1" and 166 pounds. Good for the 3rd lightest on the squad, and that's only important because usually you see these pitchers with a little bit extra weight able to, get that 3-4 miles an hour juice on that fastball. We'll see what kind of stuff Scott has. So he'll start off with a lefty.
Lefty on lefty matchup for Garrison Schwartz here. Lefty on lefty, as I said. Garrison Schwartz perfect on base percentage so far as he swings through the first pitch he sees from Parker Scott. The 0-1 pitch, the breaking ball, called strike from the freshman. Garrison Schwartz singling back in the 1st, and then he walked and scored in the 3rd, scoring on that double by Ian Evans. He's got a hole here with an 0-2 count against the freshman. We'll see what he can do here. Breaking ball outside. Looked like a little bit of a change up there.
That's just what you want for Parker Scott if you're a Cowboy fan, to come in and throw strikes, not really mess around with the strike zone and go right after these Lopes pitchers down 5-0. Got to make something happen here.
The 1-2 pitch just clips the black. Strike 3 called against Garrison Schwartz. Not what he wanted to do here in the 5th.
Well, with 1-2, if you're Schwartz, you got to know that anything close is fair game and not taking advantage of that one.
Both teams striking out 5 times on the day so far. Make that 6 as Jake Wong has struck out 6. First pitch to Ian Evans is a strike. The 0-1 pitch swung through by Ian Evans. 2 Oklahoma State pitchers up in the pen. Number 55, Peyton Battenfield, and number 28, Trey Riley, both working in the pen, both right-handed pitchers. The 0-2 pitch inside, making Ian Evans back up a little bit, crowd on the plate, and he threw his backside backwards a little bit, trying not to get hit by that baseball.
You got to figure Parker Scott here, the left-handed relief pitcher, one of the higher recruits for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, as he was the first one they called on, and another strikeout. Good stuff so far here from Parker Scott, the freshman from Flower Mound, Texas.
That'll bring up Zach Malice. 1 for 2 today. Technically 0 for 1, actually. Striking out and then grounding into a 6-5-4 putout, but he got to second base on it as Ian Evans got himself into a rundown back in the 3rd inning. So 0 for 1 for Zach Malice. 0-1 count now to him. The third baseman moving over from first base to third base this year has a 1-1 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-1 pitch from Scott. Swung on, grounded up the middle. The second baseman is there, and Rosa will throw over to first base to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Parker Scott here in the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Lopes leading 5-0 over Oklahoma State.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Jake Wong coming out for the 6th inning here as the Lopes have a 5-0 lead over Oklahoma State. Jake Wong absolutely dealing and shoving out on the mound. 6 strikeouts, a career high so far for the sophomore pitcher. And Alex, Jake's been able to do exactly what he's wanted to do all night long. He's been hitting his spots, and Coach Dorman can't complain as the pitching coach for the Lopes.
What I like from Jake Wong here tonight is that he's minimized the mistakes, only a couple of walks early, and then he was able to correct himself from there. But that ball out in left field misplayed by Kona Quiggle, you can't really pin that to him, as Quiggle had a beat on the ball, maybe just, some nerves, first game nerves as he missed that one. So not really on fault of Wong. He's pitched very well, and the offense has just ridden that.
Absolutely, the Lopes leading 5-0 here over the 22nd team in the country, Oklahoma State, as Andrew Rosa will step in for the Oklahoma State Cowboys here in the top of the 6th. Jacob Chappelle, leading things off here in the inning, wearing number 4. Andrew Rosa playing second base, position number 4. Chappelle looks at a first pitch strike. 0 for 1 today. Flying out to right field back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 count now for the shortstop. Chappelle hit 190 last year with 4 RBIs. He had 23 starts at shortstop his freshman year. Ground ball right at Austin Bull, the shortstop for the Lopes. Throws over to first base, and Ian Evans picks it for out number 1.
Tell you what, a couple, in my opinion, underrated throws all the way deep in the hole there by Austin Bull to beat these runners. I've liked what I've seen from this infield, and there's a reason why they were finished so high in the WAC in fielding percentage last season.
Austin Bull moving over from second base, a little bit longer of a throw to make from second than shortstop. Filling in for Paul Panchone, the all-WAC player that played shortstop for the Lopes last year, getting drafted by the Washington Nationals. The first pitch to Garrett McCain is a ball, so it's a 1-0 count to McCain, who's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in the first and grounded out to shortstop back in the 3rd. Ground ball right side. He's going to get the ground ball. That is the second baseman, Tyler Wyatt. He's going to make a throw over to first base in time. Took some time on that one, but had the arm strength to get it over to first base on a short throw.
Again, I think this is an underrated play. Another chopper right off the base. Wyatt's got to time out this chopper and see, where to play it in the infield. And with the backspin of the ball off the dirt, it's not the easiest to field those.
First pitch is a fastball strike. Hidden here to number 8, Ryan Sluter, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1 today. Walked back in the 1st inning. He was the first base runner for Oklahoma State. He was left on third base after a stolen base, and then a fly out to center field moved him to 3rd. It's a 1-1 count now. 2 outs for Jake Wong, who has been pitching a heck of a performance so far today in the opener for GCU. The 1-1 pitch from Jake Wong. Breaking ball is going to stay low, and it's going to be a 2-1 count now for Ryan Sluter. Sluter hit 197 last year with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. He was named second team Big 12 in 2015, 2 years ago. 2-1 pitches outside, 3-1 now.
Got to go right after him here. Kind of dancing him around him. 0-2 is Sluter on the day.
Jake Wong comes down the mound in the windup, delivers. 3-1 pitch called strike at the knees, strike number 2. Full count now, 2 outs for Ryan Sluter. Full count pitch, payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. And Sluter has his second walk of the day here off Jake Wong.
Kept everything low there in that at bat. No real reason to play with fire and keep anything up. With the 2 batter, facing the 2 batter up 5-0. 2 outs already.
That'll bring up Garrett Benj, the third baseman. Benj had 4 home runs and 40 RBIs last year, hitting .292. Was named second team All Big 12 last year for Oklahoma State. Runner on first base, 2 outs for Benj. Jake Wong delivers inside, ball number 1. So Tyler Buffett's day is done, and Parker Scott made quick work of the Lopes back in the 5th inning. Coach Dorman will come out and chat with Wong out on the mound. Griffin Barnes coming out as well. Dorman very gingerly walking out there, taking his time to get out to the mound. Trying to settle him down a little bit. He's got a 1-0 count here. He's fallen behind a couple batters in a row here. He's got a 5-0 lead with 2 outs, but he still can't miss too many opportunities here with too many pitches. He still has to be clinical, and he still has to hit his spots if he wants to produce and continue through the rest of this game.
Well, that's the good thing about when you have the offense going. You know, his first start against UNLV, they were able to squeak out a win with the help of the offense, only 2-1. But the offense has really gotten behind him in full force to take off the pressure.
The 1-0 pitch is low. It's a lot easier as a pitcher to win ball games when you have a big lead. It's very difficult to be in those stress and pressure situations, 0-0 ball games, 1-0 ball games, 3-2 ball games, those kind of situations where you have to be perfect. And Jake Wong has the ability to not be perfect and still get a win here up 5-0 as he gets a strike there on a 2-0 count, making it 2-1 with 2 outs.
And there's a reason when you watch the Major League Baseball and the MLB, a couple, you'll see them up in the count and then battling back and just staying in good at-bats. But then towards the end of the game when it's, really close and the closers come in, more oftentimes than not, when it's a closing situation, you'll see a blown lead. Whereas, when it's not a one-run game.
2-2 count now for Jake Wong. 2 strikes in a row from him. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Another backwards K for Jake Wong. He gets out of a jam after walking a batter. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base for Oklahoma State. Lopes lead 5-0 here on GCU TV. If you enjoy TED Talks, then you'll love TEDx Grand Canyon University. This is a TED event completely organized by students to bring GCU and the community together in the spirit of TED's mission, ideas worth spreading. Enjoy a day of diverse thought through speakers and community on March 2nd. For more information, visit gcuarena.com. A variety of different speakers, including some GCU staff members, will be speaking at this TEDx. A lot of academic speakers that speak at these TED Talks. And TEDx is really exciting, honestly. A friend of mine spoke at one of them. He does optical illusion vines. His name's Zach King. He's really exciting to watch. but different things varying from academia to different things in media and sports. They're really fun to listen to. If you can't make it out there, I'd really encourage you to find a way to get there and go to the TEDx Grand Canyon University event. Check out gcurena.com for it. New pitcher out on the mound for Oklahoma State. It's number 28, Trey Riley. He's a right-handed pitcher from Edwardsville, Illinois. 6'2" righty weighing at 195 will get get an appearance here in relief for Parker Scott, who dealt for Oklahoma State back in the 5th inning. Interesting move here by the Oklahoma State coaching staff.
Right, Parker Scott came in, sat down 2 by way of the strikeout, and then a ground ball to short. But 1, 2, 3. Now another freshman coming in. A little more size on Riley. And a righty. So a completely different look for the Lopes batters now.
Preston Pavlica will lead things off for the Lopes here. Preston Pavlica hit a double back in the 3rd inning, scoring Zach Malice. Five 0 lead here for the Lopes in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're almost 2/3 of the way through this one. The Lopes have a 5 0 lead on a nationally ranked opponent in Oklahoma State. First pitch to Pavlica is out in the outer part of the plate, strike number 1. Righty on righty matchup here is Holiday's gone to more of a situational pitching scenario, bringing in a lefty against Garrison Schwartz, the left-handed batter. Now bringing in a righty here against Preston Pavlica to start things off. One pitch is swung on and missed there by Preston Pavlica. Riley coming set, getting a sign from Travis Wacker. 1-2 pitch, the delivery, swung on, laced into right center field. It's gonna get down as Preston Pavlica has 2 back-to-back hits here in the 3rd and the 5th. The 6th.
Different gaps too. The first one into left center, this one into right center.
That'll bring up Ty Wyatt, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 2nd on that bloop single down the line, and then struck out in the 3rd. Comes back up with a runner on first base now. Wyatt, righty on righty matchup again here as he faces off against Riley. First pitch from Riley to Wyatt is in the dirt for ball number 1. No defensive changes except for the pitchers here for Oklahoma State. Nothing changed for the Lopes either. The 1-0 pitch from Riley's inside. The Lopes do have movement down in the pen for the Lopes. Number 29, AJ Franks, submarine thrower, the right-handed pitcher out of Anaheim, California, getting ready, a senior. But right now, all eyes on Ty Wyatt, who's got a runner at first base, and Preston Pavlica. 3-0 count now for Ty Wyatt, the second baseman, with a runner at first base. 3-0 count. Wyatt most likely going to take this pitch. Be very surprised if he swings. He does take the fastball right down the middle at strike number 1.
Smart to wait for a strike there by Riley, especially with 1 on and no outs. That moves to get Scott out of there still baffles me, though. He was extremely productive.
3-1 pitch, runner takes off. The runner's out at second base. That's what the call was, but it was a walk, so the runner's going to be safe at second base. Preston Pavlica, a little miscommunication there by the umpires. Very interesting to see, but either way, runners on first and second after that walk to Ty Wyatt.
I think it would have been the right call, too.
Absolutely the right call. He was out there by a couple feet, but either way, it's a walk. So Preston Pavlica gets into second base fairly and freely. Brings up Griffin Barnes, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. He's Got runners in scoring position, though, runner at first and second. And another pitching change here for Oklahoma State. We'll see who it is, but Riley's day is done here after he does not get it recorded and out. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 runners left on base here. The new pitcher for Oklahoma State is number 55, Peyton Battenfield, another freshman, this time from Claremore, Oklahoma, a 6'4" right-handed pitcher out of Oklahoma will grab the baseball here in the middle of the 6th inning here for Oklahoma State. Griffin Barnes will face off against Battenfield here in the 6th with nobody out and runners on first and second. Griff hit 157 last year in 51 at-bats, scored 5 runs with 8 hits, had a double, 4 RBIs, 9 total bases, and 14 strikeouts. 22 games played, 16 starts for the redshirt sophomore catcher wearing number 41, Griffin Barnes. Fun story, Griffin Barnes' older brother plays for the Dodgers. So big brother plays in the big leagues. That's a big kind of thing to know. Kind of cool to have that brotherly arm wrap around you, say, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Here's kind of pointers. Here's what you can do to get a little bit better. And I'm sure that happens. Griffin Barnes, a great guy, out there behind the dish and going to get in the batter's box here, face off against Battenfield. Right-handed pitcher out of Claremore, Oklahoma.
GCU was able to hold on for this win. It would be the first win ever against Oklahoma State. They're 0-11 dating back to 1992. So an 11-game win streak for the Cowboys against GCU. Looking to end that here tonight in the season opener.
The fans are sticking around here too through 5.5 innings. An hour and 50 minutes gone by as well here through this game. Lopes lead 5-0, 9 hits for the Lopes through 5 innings, 6 innings essentially, as we haven't gotten through any of the bottom half of this 6th inning. Griffin Barnes will square around a bunt. Corner infielders are in, and he's going to pull it back and look at a strike in the upper part of the plate. Upper part of the zone called strike. 0-1 count, no outs, runners on first and second for Griffin Barnes. Corners are still in on the grass here for Barnes. Kona Quiggle in the on-deck circle. Barnes squares around to bunt again, and Battenfield will turn around and look back. The runner at second base, Preston Pavlica.
A lot of pressure to inherit here for Battenfield coming on. No outs. 2 runners on base, both not by your doing, down 5-0.
Squared or bunt, ball outside, 1-1 count now to Griffin Barnes. Griffin looking to bunt to advance the runners here with no outs and bring up Kona Quiggle. Bat head does look a little low when he squares around. Hopefully that doesn't come around to bite him here when the pitch from Battenfield comes and it's a strike. Barnes squares around the pitch, outside again, and it's 2-1 count. Wacker looked like he was going to try to back pick the runner at first base, Ty Wyatt. The second baseman, Rosa, was covering. Two-1 count now. 5-0 ball game here for the Lopes. They've recorded 9 hits through the 5 innings that they've played. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here. No outs. 2-1 count. Runners at first and second. Barnes will square around. Breaking ball. And it's going to be a ball up in the zone. 3-1 count now for Barnes with Quiggle on deck. The freshman, the only freshman in the lineup here today for the Lopes.
Yeah, Battenfield's got to be able to find the zone here, 3-1. You can't walk the batter and put it on base for bases loaded and no outs.
3-1 count. Griffin Barnes will pull the bat back, and then when Battenfield lifts up his leg, squares around, but he goes back towards second base to keep Preston Pavlica honest over there at second base. Barnes will most likely square around again to see if he can rattle Battenfield a little bit more here with runners on first and second that he inherited. The pitch. Ball upstairs is going to load the bases for Quiggle here on another walk here in the inning.
Gotta figure Kona Quiggle's eyes are lit up here. Just a chance for some RBIs and no pressure at all. Up 5-0 here in the bottom of the sixth.
Bases loaded here for the number 9 batter, Austin Bull on deck. Quiggle stepping into the batter's box, hit .370 at Greenway High School over his 4-year career for the varsity program. The first pitch to Quiggle, swung on, breaking ball, off-speed pitch, missed there by the freshman. And he was looking for the fences on that swing right there.
Yeah, Battenfield. Couple of fastballs in the last at-bat, catching Quiggle off speed with that changeup.
So it's an 0-1 count, no outs, bases loaded, and the heart of the order is coming up here after this at-bat. The 0-1 pitch stays upstairs, and it's going to be ball one. 1-1 count now for the freshman Quiggle playing in left field tonight. The only error of the game charged to Quiggle on that single to left field by Andrew Rosa, the second baseman for Oklahoma State, moved all the way over to third base on that error. Either way, there's still 0-0 ball game, 5-0 ball game, as Jake Wong has not recorded a run yet in this ball game. 1-2 count now after Quiggle fouls that one back.
Quiggle just wanting to put this ball in play, hopefully to the outfield, at least tag up the runner from third and score him. You don't want to put this ball in play on the ground in the infield.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded for Quiggle. He's going to foul one out of play over the third base dugout. Would love to see Jake Wong come back out for the 7th, the way he's been dealing on the mound. Hopefully this long pause between innings lets him recover a little bit, regain his composure, and come back out and deal in the 7th. Pitch lined up the middle, is going to score a base runner. Ty White had to stay and come back to second base on that line drive right back up the middle, trying not to get hit. It's 6-0 here after the single there by Quiggle, and then brings up the top of the lineup here for the Lopes.
Just what you wanted to do. For some reason, making a switch from Parker Scott from last inning, who just shut down these Lopes 1-2-3. Brought in another freshman who was unable to get the job done, and then the second pitcher of the inning still yet to find an out here, and the bases are loaded with a run in. And out comes Josh Holliday once more.
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out here, and Oklahoma State is going to go to the pen yet again. It's going to be a left-handed pitcher for Oklahoma State. We'll see who it is here shortly, but Oklahoma State really in some trouble here as our pitching staff, aside from the seniors, been all freshmen and has kind of gotten battered around here by the Lopes bats all evening long. Pitcher's going to be number 39, Cole Herron, a junior from Mansfield, Texas, standing at 6 foot tall. But another Oklahoma State reliever can't get an out.
The long offensive inning for the Lopes continues.
Herron is a transfer from Weatherford Junior College. He's a junior, left-handed pitcher from Mansfield, Texas. Went to Legacy High School, and he's going to get his first appearance here for Oklahoma State here against the Lopes. And he's got himself a big jam to get out of. Down 6-0, bases loaded, and there's nobody out here for the Lopes here in the inning. The earned run's going to go to Trey Riley here after he gave up that leadoff walk. Leadoff single to Preston Pavlik, who came around to score. He was then moved over to third base after 2 walks and then scored on that single there by Kona Quiggle. Quiggle now with an RBI and a run scored, and he's 2 for 3 after he doubled back in the 4th.
Austin Bull's going to step in a favorable matchup. Righty on lefty here, and the bases loaded.
Righty on lefty matchup, as you said. Austin Bull, switch hitter, facing the first pitch he sees from Herron. He swings through it on a pitch outside. Strike number 1. Bases loaded for Bull here. And he's 2 for 3, 2 singles. And a run scored here for the Lopes. An RBI back in the 4th, scoring Quiggle. The 1-0-1 pitch swung on and fouled backwards over the top of the catcher Wacker and the umpire. 0-2 count now.
Gotta figure that's exactly what the Cowboys want and need. The double play ball, you wouldn't even throw it home here, I wouldn't think, and just go for the 2 outs. Get closer to getting out of the inning.
Corners in, middle infield, and double play depth. So a ball to the corners will most likely come home. Ball right back at the pitcher would come home. Anything up the middle is a play to 2. Half swing is swung on and missed. Strike 3, the first out. Recorded in the inning goes to Herron.
Well, Bull didn't necessarily look too comfortable at all from the right side in that at-bat. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and an effective first batter pitched here by this second pitcher of the inning for the Cowboys.
Garrison Schwartz stepping in now with 1 out, runners on every single bag, facing off against Herron, the lefty. Tom LaRouge sees a first pitch called strike. Garrison Schwartz on deck, and Thomas LaRouge could open this game wide open, as could Gary here if he gets an at bat, if Thomas does not hit into a double play. Bases loaded for Tom. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, another breaking ball. The Lopes have been fooled here by Herron in the first couple pitches that they've seen.
Yeah, Herron going right after these batters. Not a ball yet. And that's exactly what the Oklahoma State staff needed.
Oh-2, 1 out, swung on and missed again. That's going to be strike number 3. Every single bag was occupied. So LaRouge will go back to the dugout. And 2 straight strikeouts here for Herron. And he's facing the number 3 hitter, Garrison Schwartz, now. Garrison Schwartz facing off against the lefty Herron with the bases loaded. Infield shifts to the right before the pitch. Swung on, high fly ball, left field. 3 Cowboys converging on it. The left fielder's going to take it and catch it. That's going to be out number 3 here. Lopes get a run, but Strand 3, 1 run, a couple of hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base here in the 6th inning. Lopes lead 6-0 over the Cowboys here as we head to the top of the 7th here on GCU TV.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
New pitcher out there on the mound for the Lopes. It's A.J. Franks. A.J. Franks coming in with a 2.73 ERA last year, a 2-0 record with 24 appearances, 26.1 innings pitched for the senior submarine pitcher, wearing number 29 here for the Lopes. GCU up to now a 6-0 lead here with 10 hits in the game. They've been able to kind of smack the ball around here against Oklahoma State here in the opener.
Yeah, Franks is not going to have necessarily too much pressure here. He's got a comfortable 6-0 lead, a 10-1 hit advantage for GCU. I don't think anybody was expecting this in this stadium. It's been all Lopes, and it's been both sides of the ball, offense and defense, doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes have been able to dominate in all facets of the game so far, whether that's the pitching, fielding, batting, everything. They've been able to outwork Oklahoma State here in the opener, and they've worked themselves up to a 6-0 lead. A.J. Frank coming in, and he'll face off against John Littell, Dustin Williams, and Colin Simpson here to lead things off for Oklahoma State, as the Lopes have themselves a 6-0 lead against number 22 team in the country, Oklahoma State. Yeah, nobody expecting GCU to jump out to a 6-0 lead, but sports are sports, and especially in baseball, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Coastal Carolina gives teams like GCU hope. Mid-major conference teams that can beat teams. They have good quality pitching, 2 or 3 good starters. They've got some bats in the middle of the lineup. They've got some speed to steal some bases, and they play as a team. Coastal Carolina winning the College World Series over the University of Arizona. A Cinderella story as A.J. Franks gets his first pitch over the plate for a strike, a submarine thrower here for GCU.
Yeah, that was an incredible series and so fun to watch, especially if you're a fan of the game.
A.J. Franks lines one into center, but, Littell drives one into center off of A.J. Franks, but Preston Pavlica has a great beat on the ball right off the bat and snags that one for the first out of the inning.
Franks hit hard there as that ball square on the nose, but just right out there to the center fielder, Pavlica. Sometimes you'll see that the release of these submarine pitchers a little bit easier to read when it's depending on the release and where it starts. Franks clearly starts out a little bit more wide, so it gives the batters a chance to see it coming out of the hand.
One-0 pitch is a called strike. 1-1 now with 1 out. Dustin Williams stepping in. He's 0 for 2 today. We're going to be saying that a lot. There's only been 1 hit. That 1 hit coming to Andrew Rosa back in the 5th inning. He's in the hole right now. And if A.J. Franks can do what he did in the first batter, to the first batter, he might not have to face Andrew Rosa yet until the 8th inning. Three-one count now to Dustin Williams. The pitch swung on, lined in left center field, high ball. Quiggle comes underneath it and gets that one. Doesn't make a mistake there, and there's 2 outs here on 2 loud outs here for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Franks, a great job of jamming him there. 3-1. So a great hitters count, but GCU able to get the out on the 3-1 pitch way inside. And still able to give that one a shot to left.
The first pitch to Colin Simpson's driven into center field, and A.J. Franks gets out of the inning with 3 fly ball outs, all to the left side of the field. 3 up, 3 down for A.J. Franks on 3 line drive fly ball outs. That sends us to the middle of the 7th and the 7th inning stretch here, as the fans here at Brazos Stadium will stand up and sing the signature "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" here at Brazos Stadium. men's basketball is coming up to an end, and there's just a few games left. Tune in February 23rd to see the Lopes take on Chicago State. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and coverage is starting at 6:30 p.m. here on GCU.TV.
Chicago State, of course, a conference matchup for GCU, so that's going to be huge. Of course, vying for that top spot with New Mexico State, Cal State Bakersfield, and it's going to be a great and an exciting finish in the WAC. See where GCU can place.
Ian Evans looks at a first pitch ball here to lead things off here in the 7th. Heron delivers. One count now to Ian Evans, the first baseman, who has 3 RBIs so far, and he's 1 for 3. The 1-1 pitch is a called strike. A great pitch there from Heron. It's a 1-2 count now. No outs. Leadoff batter Ian Evans facing off against Heron here. Zach Malice and Preston Pavlica on deck and in the hole. The 1-2 pitch delivered. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. And Ian Evans will go back to the dugout, upset with himself after he let that one go by without swinging at it.
Wow. Heron's dealing right now. 4 batters faced, 3 strikeouts, and he's getting them with the off-speed pitch and just making him look foolish. See if Malice can break this strikeout streak against Heron.
Delivery to Malice is upstairs, ball number 1. Yeah, Heron's been dealing so far. 3 strikeouts for Heron here through 4 batters. The 1-0 pitch fouled back by Zach Malice. 1-1 count now. The 1-1 pitch, 1 out, swung on, line down the first baseline, off the foot of Dustin Williams. And it's going to be an error charged to the first baseman, Dustin Williams. Zach Malice is in there at first base now.
Well, I knew this would come in handy at some point. Oklahoma State led the Big 12 last season, at 18th in the nation with a .978 fielding percentage. And there you'll see a mistake right there at the first base. A routine ground ball. Should have been the second out of the inning, but now GCU a little bit of life and a chance here in the bottom of the 7th with a runner on first. Only 1 out.
1 out, 1 on here for the Lopes. It's Preston Pavlica. Pavlica singled back in the 6th, and he came around to score. He also doubled back in the 3rd. He's got an RBI to his name and a run scored. First pitch to Pavlica is outside for ball number 1. Pavlica tearing onto the scene last year, going 5 for 8 with 7 RBIs, and in his first 2 career starts out and left, he's been moved over to center field. Thomas LaRouge also platoons out there in center. It'd be interesting to see once Tom gets back to fielding abilities and throwing abilities to see what he can do. DHing right now, and he's a threat. He's a threat anywhere he is and at any time he's on the field. .2-0 pitch thrown over to first base. Great move there by Heron, but just not in time to get Zach Malice at first base.
Yeah, that deceived me even. Of course, the point of a pickoff is to make it look like the front leg's coming home, but then throw over to the base, and good move there by Heron.
The 2-0 pitch comes home, and Pavlica fouls it backwards. Pavlica appearing in 42 games last year. He started 31 of them, hit .294, had 24 RBIs and 3 home runs. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter out of Las Vegas, Nevada, went to Liberty High School. 5'11", but a solid .215, all muscle down there in the batter's box right now, playing in center field. 2-1 count, facing off against the lefty Heron, and he's going to foul the 2-1 pitch backwards. 2-2 now. Pavlica tied for 3rd on the team in doubles last year with 8. second on the Lopes team with 8 multi-RBI games, including a pair of 4 RBI games. And Ian Evans is creeping up on that number right now. He's got 3 RBIs, and he's only 1 for 3 today. Ian Evans getting the first RBI of the game back in the first inning on a ground out to third base. And then he doubled in the third inning, scoring both Schwartz and Austin Bull to break the game wide open. 2-2 delivery from Herron is on its way. The pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. But Zach Mouse is going to get to second base.
Well, it looked evident to me that he swung and he went all the way around.
Wild pitch will be determined and given to Herron there on the pitch. Either way, it's another strikeout for Herron, though. He's got 5. Zach Malice down there at second base now. Runner in scoring position for Ty Wyatt. Tyler Wyatt appeared in 47 games last year, hit .239. He went 27 for 113 with 22 RBIs. He also threw 59 2/3 innings, compiling a 2-5 record and a 5.58 ERA. Breaking ball outside, ball number 1 to Ty Wyatt, the second baseman today. Also played over there at first base a little bit as well last year. The 1-0 count to Ty Wyatt. Herron gets a sign from Wacker, comes set in the stretch, looks back at second base, looks back again, then delivers home. Swung on and missed there by Wyatt, 1-1 count.
Good pitch. Handcuffed Wyatt. Had to swing, but couldn't get the bat on the ball there.
One count now for the second baseman, Ty Wyatt. Herron delivers. Fastball outer part of the plate, strike number 2. Ty Wyatt starting at first base, second base, third base, shortstop, and DH last year. Every position but catcher and the outfield. Very versatile player that is now at second base here for Stankiewicz and this Lopes team. Malice takes off for third base. The runner goes. He's going to get into third base with a stolen bag there on that 1-2 pitch that stayed outside.
Gutsy move down there. You don't often see a runner stealing third, as it's the easiest throw for a right-handed catcher to make. But he swiped it anyway due to a bad throw.
Bad throw, bad read there by the catcher, and a right-handed batter, Ty Wyatt, that didn't move. If he had moved even a half step there in the batter's box, would have been interference there, and the runner would have been out, and it would have ended the inning. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2, did not go. Good check swing there from Ty Wyatt, and it's a full count with 2 outs. Herron will get a sign from Wacker, who's getting a sign from the pitching coach in the dugout for Oklahoma State. 3-2 pitch, swung on, check swing, yes he did, strike 3, and Oklahoma State gets out of the inning after Zach Malice got to third base on a stolen base. 6-0 ball game here for the Lopes. We're heading to the 8th. Lopes leading 6-0 here over Oklahoma State. Can you repeat what you said? You got it?
The Grand Canyon University Film Festival is a 3-night celebration of our school's talented filmmakers. It's held in Ethington Theater on March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and it features some of our best shorts of the year. Come join us to be a part of Arizona's emerging film community. Whether it's for one night or all 3, we appreciate your support.
Herron absolutely obliterating GCU batters right now. 5 strikeouts, 5 of his 6 outs have been from McKay. And A.J. Franks is back on the mound for the Lopes here with a 6-0 lead, but the Lopes need to do something offensively to sustain the pressure that they can put against Oklahoma State, because nationally ranked team can start to string some at-bats together and shrink this 6-0 deficit and start to put a hurt on GCU here late in the game.
That's right, and they weren't far away. I'll tell you what, 3 fly ball outs for Franks, but they were all seemed to be driven pretty far. So it's going to be interesting to see if Oklahoma State can finally get the bats going. Of course, only 1 hit so far, you know, on this submarine-style pitcher in Franks.
Yeah, solid contact so far from Oklahoma State here against A.J. Franks. Ground ball left side is going to get foul as Andrew Rosa fouls off the first pitch he sees here in the 8th inning. Lopes trying to stave off a late-game run here and rally from Oklahoma State. The 0-1 pitch is low and outside for ball number 1, 1-1 count. On deck batter, Bryce Fisher, left-handed batter. He's a junior from Cowley County Community College. The 1-1 pitch is chopped foul down the third baseline. He'll be coming in for Travis Wacker. We'll see who comes in to catch. A.J. Franks out on the mound with a 1-2 count, delivers home, swung on, lined in the center field. Preston Pavlica with a beat on it, and he gets it first out of the inning here for A.J. Franks, and it's another fly out.
And more good contact by these Cowboys hitters. I'll tell you what, though, if they're hitting it right to the outfielders for our Lopes, will take it. But Oklahoma State, of course, not far off here. All they need is a little bit of green, and these are base hits or extra base hits.
Fisher, a community college transfer, and we'll see his first at-bat in an Oklahoma State uniform, facing off against submarine-style A.J. Franks here. 4 consecutive outs for A.J. Franks, all of them flyouts, 3 to center and 1 to left. Lefty will face and swing on and miss through A.J. Franks' first pitch to Fisher. Fisher's second attempt is swung on and fouled into the glove of Griffin Barnes. 0-2 count now with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Lopes leading 6-0 here. Scored a run in the first, 3 in the third, a run in the fourth, and a run in the 6th. As they've been able to quietly put up 6 runs on this number 22 ranked team, Oklahoma State.
After this squad's going to go down, this Oklahoma State team, and they'll go to Tempe and play the number 25th ranked Arizona State Sun Devils. So a good job of GCU to jump on them in the first series of the year and mess with their psyche a little.
2-2 count, swung on, check swing, yes he did, strike 3. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, and A.J. Franks has gone 5 up, 5 down so far through an inning and 2/3 pitched. Jacob Chappelle will step into the batter's box. Make that number 1 Ryan Cash, a freshman infielder from Plano, Texas, Prestonwood Christian High School.
A couple innings ago, Parker Scott came in, and I talked about his frame size and how small it was. Well, this is the smallest one on the Oklahoma State roster, 150 pounds for Ryan Cash. So don't be surprised if you see maybe a bunt for a single, maybe some legs here for Cash.
Oh, 1 count now for Ryan Cash after fouling the first pitch back, and he fouls off the second pitch he sees as well, attacking A.J. Franks right now here in the 8th inning. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs, nobody on for A.J. Franks here facing off against Ryan Cash. The delivery, strike 3 called, another strikeout here for A.J. Franks, 3 up, 3 down yet again. A.J. Franks dealing here out of the pen. Lopes lead 6-0 heading to the bottom of the 8th.
Check out the latest from the College of Theology's blog, Living Faith. This Christian blog covers biblical, theological, and practical topics, all written by GCU faculty and special guests. Go to blogs.gcu.edu/COT. That's blogs.gcu.edu/COT.
New pitcher out on the mound for Oklahoma State. It's number 42, Jake Cohen. Another transfer from Cowley Community College. One of 2 Cowley Community College transfers. 3, excuse me, on this team. Cowley County producing 3 players here for Oklahoma State. Heron pitched well for Oklahoma State, as did Parker Scott, but there he had short leashes here. A new catcher as well is number 15, Michael Neufsteifter, a catcher and third baseman, 6'2", from Carrollton, Texas. And if it is official, new Brazos Stadium record. Previously 1,987 versus Tennessee back on February 26, 2016. Absolutely obliterated the record. 2,357 fans here in attendance tonight for the home opener here for GCU against Oklahoma State. Fantastic support of all athletic programs here, and that extends into baseball.
Yeah, I could tell once I arrived here a couple hours early and saw the people kind of hanging out and just waiting, watching batting practice and everything, that this was going to be a special environment, and it really has held true all game long. You know, the first responders that we talked about at the top of the broadcast watching on their vehicles out of the right field fence still there, and along with most of this stadium and the bleachers still here. So a memorable opening night of the 2016-2017 season.
Memorable, and the Lopes are up 6-0, so that can make it even more memorable. The first pitch to Griffin Barnes from the new pitcher, Cohen, is upstairs for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off there. In at shortstop, Ryan Cash, who batted for Jacob Chappelle. Neufsteifter in at catcher for Travis Wacker. Neufsteifter. And the pitcher, Jake Cohen, on the mound. 3 changes for Oklahoma State. None for the Lopes yet. 1-1 count, delivery. Low and outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count now for the catcher, Griffin Barnes. One pitch is fouled backwards there by Griffin Barnes. 2-2 count now with nobody out.
Also want to say thank you to all our online viewers. Of course, couldn't make the way out to the stadium and watch the game. Always encourage you to find other ways, and thank you for tuning in here tonight.
Griffin Barnes strikes out here in the 8th to lead things off. That'll bring up Kona Quiggle. Singled back in the 6th, which scored Preston Pavlica on that single. The bases loaded single by Kona Quiggle brought Preston Pavlica home. He'll go up against Jake Cohen, lefty on righty matchup. Favorable for Kona right now, but nobody's on base. The first pitch to from Cowan is low for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. 2-0 now for the freshman playing in left field today. The 2-0 pitch working quickly was Cowan, fouled backwards out of play to the left. The 2-1 pitch low for ball number 3. Cowan missing low each time. And it's 3-1 now with 1 out. 3-1 count. Check swing. Strike number 2 is going to be full now.
Don't know what he was doing there. That one seemed to be right down the middle of the plate. Maybe just a little too eager to get on base.
3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Kona Quiggle not liking that one, but that one was about belt high in the inner part of the plate. So 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Austin Bull.
Shortstop, Austin Bull.
Oh, Quiggle's stopping Bull on the way up to the plate, maybe telling him a little something about the pitch and any movement on the pitch or something that they're seeing.
First pitch to Austin Bull is called a strike. Go for it, Alex.
Or maybe he's just saying that, hey, this umpire zone is expanded a little bit as this game's gone on.
Pitch is inside. Tags the umpire, and it's going to be 1-1. One and 1 count. New Stifter will go out and chat with Cowan. One count, 2 outs, nobody on base for Bull. Swung on, lined and down the right field line, past the first baseman in the hole. It's going to be a 2-out single here for Austin Bull.
Designated hitter.
Another opposite field hit, and Bull must have taken Quiggle's advice. Sorry, not opposite field, but just pulling that one right where it was pitched.
Runner at first base. Time is called. New Stifter will go out to the mound. The pickoff at the first base was not in time. And the coach will go out for Oklahoma State and chat.
Going to the pen here. I'm not sure why. But they're going to bring in a lefty. I think this last out here of the bottom of the 8th inning.
Trying to keep this game at 6-0. Keep it somewhat in striking distance. Not necessarily close. They would need a big rally in the 6th inning, or in the bottom of the 9th to come back in this one. But new pitcher out on the mound for Oklahoma State. It's a lefty, number 31 for Oklahoma State. Matt Wilson, a junior, left-handed pitcher, 6'5", 197. Tall frame out there for Oklahoma State. Matt Wilson, 1 appearance last year, pitched 1 inning, had 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Opponent's batting average of .333. So he'll get his 2nd appearance for Oklahoma State in the last 2 years as he faces off against Thomas LaRouge. And Wilson's probably hoping he doesn't face Garrison Schwartz here after Thomas LaRouge. 1, 2, 3 batters can be dangerous here, and the Lopes' top 3 is very potent.
GCU not looking to go anywhere, even though there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Could pack it in and prepare for the top of the 9th, but they're going to look to add more on.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes are not going to try just to get out of this and get to the 9th and breeze through it. They're going to try to run up the score here against Oklahoma State and make a statement against the number 6 team in the country. Matt Wilson out on the mound. He'll face off against Thomas LaRouge. LaRouge 1 for 4 today. Singled back in the 1st and scored. Hasn't reached base yet since. Runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch is a called strike, belt high on the outer third of the plate. That pitch coming from the right side to the left side here from the left-handed pitcher. 0-1 count. Runner on first base, 2 outs, 6-0 lead for the Lopes. Breaking ball laced into center field. That's going to get down, and Austin Bull will get to second base on that single by Thomas LaRouge, his 2nd of the game.
Well, depositing that one right back up the middle. That was a good pitch, especially considering the circumstances. And that's just great capitalization. Just what you said, Fletcher. GCU not looking to take the foot off the gas pedal.
Neufstifter will go out and chat with Wilson, then come back out. Garrison Schwartz in the batter's box. Runners on first and second. Neufstifter will relay signs out to his infield on what the play call will be here with runners on first and second. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, Lopes leads 6-0. 12 hits to the Lopes name here on the scoreboard. Both teams with an error. 1 hitter for the Lopes. That 1 hit coming against Jake Wong. An absolute show on the mound for the Lopes here in the opener. Wilson comes set, delivers. Fastball swung on and missed there by Garrison Schwartz.
Going right after Schwartz here with that first pitch. Couldn't have been much better.
A 1 count. Runners on first and second. Breaking ball, strike 2. Great breaking ball there from Wilson to keep Garrison Schwartz from swinging and keep his ankles buckling there. Wilson gets a sign, comes set, looks back at second base, delivers home. Upstairs, ball number 1. One, 2 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second, as I've said. Garrison Schwartz in the batter's box. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 outs. Lopes leave 2 singles. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base, and we're heading to the top of the 9th here. GC leading 6-0. Looking to close out and shut out Oklahoma State in the opener here at Brazos Stadium.
There's an exciting new destination for food, fun, and relaxation in the heart of Phoenix. Come to GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain hands-on workplace experience and deliver unmatched service right alongside the staff. Enjoy beautiful amenities like the resort-style pool and full-service fitness center. From the gaming lawn and patio to the artisanal coffee and teas of GCBC, you'll never want to leave. Room rate $79 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com to book your visit today.
Oh, I'll be singing. Do you want me to get me singing? Sweet Caroline going on out there in between the bottom of the 8th and the top of the 9th here. AJ Franks coming on for the 9th here as GCU looks to keep the 6th inning, 6-0 lead here and shut out the number 22 team in the country, Oklahoma State, to open up the season. Jake Wong is in place for the win, going 6 strong innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, only 3 base runners for Oklahoma State here against Jake Wong. AJ Franks has come in and been perfect as well. 4 flyouts against AJ Franks and 2 strikeouts, and brings up the top of the order Garrett McCain, Ryan Sluter, and Garrett Bench here for Oklahoma State.
Couple of games going on otherwise in the WAC. Seattle playing SIU Edwardsville, winning 9-3 there. Wichita State over Utah Valley 4-3. Chicago State would beat Northern Illinois today 11-1. And Seattle and another doubleheader with SIU 4-1, and then Northern Colorado beat San Francisco 5-4.
Garrett McCain fouls back the first pitch he sees from AJ Franks. First at bat against Franks. Franks done perfect. 3 up, 3 down in the 7th, 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. 0-1 pitch. He has a ball low in the zone, 1-1 count. Franks getting Littell, Williams, and Simpson to fly out in the 7th. He then got Rosa to fly out and then struck out 2. Ground ball lined up the middle. Franks does his best to get out of the way, but it's a leadoff single for McCain here in the top of the 9th.
One of the hardest hit balls of the game right there, and happened to be right back up the middle at Franks. Now a chance for a double play ball.
That'll bring up Ryan Sluter, the center fielder. 2 walks. He's 0 for 1 today. 2 hits on the game for GCU, or excuse me, against GCU for Oklahoma State. There's a runner on first base now. That's Garrett McCain. Sluter hit 197 last year. Second team All Big 12 in 2015. Ground ball right up the middle, right back at Franks. Double play ball. Gets to 1 at second, but not in time at first base. Gets the lead runner, however, and there's 1 out here in the inning, and double play is still in order.
Almost. Oh, just missed him. A good call. He was safe at first. The foot just beating the ball into the first baseman's glove. But exactly what Franks wanted in the double play ball.
So Garrett Benge is now in the batter's box. He sees a fastball outside for ball number 1. He's going to go down as a fielder's choice. So Ryan Sluter now at first base, and he's still 0 for 1 today, but he's reached base 3 times. 1-0 pitch this time is going to sneak in there over the top of the plate. 1-1 count now, 1 out as well. Runner on first base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Benge, the third baseman, steps in. Franks looks back, the runner at first, and delivers home. Swung on a line down the line over the top of the dugout into the netting. 1-2 count now for the third baseman, Garrett Benge, who's 0 for 3 today. A fly out to center, a ground ball to third base, and a backward strikeout in a 6th looking. 0 for 3 today, looking to get a hit here in the top of the 9th. He's going to foul off the 1-2 pitch.
Franks, a tremendous job so far in relief performance. Really pulled out all the stops today.
One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Garrett Benge at the plate. The delivery swung on. Flare into left field. Quiggle will not play the ball. And he'll throw it in, another single here in the inning. This time it goes to Garrett Benge.
Well, a smart job of Quiggle to pull up there, because if he would have done what he did last time and try to charge it and misplayed it, and that ball goes all the way to the wall, well then a run comes across for the Cowboys, and then you have a runner on third with 1 out. So good job of Quiggle to pull up there and concede the single right in front of him.
No reason in trying to make a heroic play out there in left field with a 6-0 lead. And 1 out. The delivery with 1 on second and 1 on first base is fouled into the dugout down the first baseline. Excuse me, into the pen down the first baseline. 3 hits for the Cowboys now, 2 in this inning. As the Cowboys bats have kind of come alive, they've kind of started to get some more contact on Franks. Another fly ball, this one a little bit higher, and it's going to get out of play into the pen. The Cowboys have made solid contact against Franks. They just have hit it right at Antelope defenders in the field. And the top of the lineup has made contact, quality contact, and it's landed in some grass. 0-2 count. AJ Franks ahead in the count early here. 1 out. Double play is still in order. Breaking ball. Griffin Barnes can't keep a hold of it, and that's going to be 1-2.
That one pitch looked like it could have been in the zone, and Barnes would have caught and framed it a little better. He may have rung him up.
1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled out of play. John Little doing well, stay alive here. Littell playing in right field, number 13, coming in with a .258 batting average, hit 2 home runs last year with 23 RBIs. And he's clutch when they needed him last year. Went 11 for 29, hitting .379 in the NCAA tournament last year. Delivery, 1-2 pitch, outside, ball number 2.
Trying to get him a chase, not a bad pitch and not a bad idea. It'll be 2-2 now. Good at bat here from Littell.
Fans sticking around, still standing room only here at Brazil Stadium. Lopes up 6-0 here in the top of the 9th inning. There is movement in the pen. 2-2 pitch flared into right field. Diving play by Garrison Schwartz is not there. Does get the runner at second base though. Wow, what a play.
What a play, and what a incredible series of events, because it looked like it would be bases loaded and 1 out, and now there's 2 outs and runners on the corners.
That's a heads-up play there by Garrison Schwartz, the preseason WAC Player of the Year. Diving for that play, pins it underneath his body. The runners have to stay where they are and tag because they don't know if he's going to catch it or not, but they still want to advance. When they realize the ball's on the ground, they start taking off, but Garrison Schwartz quick up, and he's got a cannon out there in right field, and he throws out the runner at second base.
The main part being the runners had to hold until they were absolutely sure Schwartz did not come down with that ball.
Runners on the corners. Line drive down the left field line. It's going to be fair. It's going to get to the wall. One runner's going to score. Quiggle's going to throw it in, and they're going to hold the runner at third base. Littell standing in at third, but a double for Williams. Scores a run here, and the shutout is no more.
Oh, put a nice swing on that ball. Laced it down the line. Frank's just needing one more out to get out of this inning here.
Two outs, runners on second and third. The pitch is a strike in there for Colin Simpson.
Last couple at bats, Franks has been ahead with 2 strikes, but still the Cowboys batter is able to make something happen.
The 0-1 pitch, strike number 2. And the Cowboys are down to their last strike here. The Lopes just need one more to close out the game and win this one 6-1.
Controlling the outside part of the plate, that's exactly what you want to see. Nothing fading away here, down to the final out.
Lopes on their feet and cheering on A.J. Franks for this last pitch.
Just like at a Diamondbacks game, if you've ever been there, the tradition at the final pitch.
Swung on, check swing, yes he did. Strike 3, the Lopes win it 6-1 here over Oklahoma State. A fantastic pitching performance from Jake Wong, and then closing it out from A.J. Franks. Jake Wong gets the win. A.J. Franks comes in for the relief and gets 3 innings of 1-run baseball, 6 runs for the Lopes, all being scored in the first 6 innings. A fantastic performance all around the diamond for the Lopes, as GCU takes a series opener and the season opener here against Oklahoma State 6-1 here on GCU TV. And you can't complain if you're Andy Stankiewicz about the performance. Quality pitching, quality at-bats, quality fielding, save for a few plays. But as a whole, GCU came out and competed against the nationally ranked team in Oklahoma State.
Yeah, this game and home opener could have gone one of 2 ways. GCU could have come out a little bit lackadaisical, knowing they're going against a good team and kind of just gone through the motions, or they could have gone out there knowing they're playing a good team in front of a record crowd and went out there and dominated, and that's exactly what they did. 6-1, 3 times as many hits as the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Yeah, and Oklahoma State ranked 22nd in the country, most likely going to get another postseason berth out of the Big 12 if they keep playing well. You don't have to. A quality conference like the Big 12, if you do well, you finish in that top 4, top 5, you're going to get an at-large bid out of the conference. GCU unable to make the postseason, but a win like today is a big boost for the program as a whole. Getting quality recruits, going to show that they can compete at the next level next year when there's when they're older squad. A lot of juniors and sophomores on the roster right now that will be eligible for the postseason next year, and they'll want to prove something out of the WAC coming out in their first postseason eligible season.
And that's what impresses me most, is the fact that the Lopes are able to rebound off a season in which they lost a couple of their key starters. You lose some offensive guys, some defensive guys, and then you're able to come out in a home opener, a season opener, and just stick it to the opposition.
Jake Wong, 6.0 innings pitched, gets the win. AJ Franks comes in, 3 innings of relief and gets the save. Wong 1 hit, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. AJ Franks comes in, gets a save, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, but the Lopes take care of business here against Oklahoma State to open the season and take it 6-1 here over the number 22 team in the country, and come out tomorrow without weather permitting against Oklahoma State tomorrow as well. GCU, fun night here at GCU, here at Brazos Stadium. Some highlights showing for you up on your screen. Lopes taking it 6-1. Just a quality performance all around the diamond here for GCU. Sunday's game has been moved to 2 p.m. You can catch it here on GCU TV, 2 p.m. on Sunday, Arizona time. Thanks for tuning in. We've got more GCU baseball the rest of the weekend here. You can follow it all on Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night. Go Lopes. GCU wins 6-1 in the opener over Oklahoma State. For everybody in the booth, I'm Fletcher Like and Alex Larson here in the press box. Have a good one, everybody. Go Lopes.